What's up, Scotty? Fucking idiot.
What? Why are you mad at me for?
Shut up, I said. Because you're a fucking dipshit. You're a blithe, stupid, unconcerned, uncaring.
I'm a fucking
dipshit, Scotty. You're stupid as hell.
What the fuck did I fucking do?
You're stupid as hell, Scotty.
Look, this person likes you though, TJ. How about this?
What is it? I loving the makeup. No one cares what you love, you pussy. You fucking
not fighting
bitch.
boys. Still deep fat fried.
Fighting boys. Still deep fat fried. Just because it features the fighting boys doesn't make it fucking. Just like if we're doing a grease trap or something, doesn't make no fucking goddamn difference. That's all I can say to you.
Paul, TJ killed Paul. In his anger, you killed him.
No. Oh well. Things happen.
Gays?
Can't make a fucking omelet, Scotty.
Oh, goys. Fighting goys. This is fighting gays.
Fucking eggs, man.
You gotta fucking break some eggs to fucking make a fucking omelet.
You
gotta make some fucking eggs to make a fucking.
Pual's taking the week off. Don't worry about it. Well, he'll be back Friday. Don't worry about it. Don't you fucking worry. We got you. You think we ain't got you? We fucking got you.
No, okay? I don't think you got nothing. I don't think you got this, TJ.
Oh my God, Scotty. Nothing. The things I got. Oh, holy shit,
You've
bro.
got fucking nothing, dude. You got nothing,
okay.
TJ. There's 17 jokes Paul could have made right now, TJ, that you didn't make. Therefore, you ain't got it.
Fart. There you go.
But Paul would have done a better fart.
Well, I'll do it in the demon voice.
All right, well, that's cheating.
Was that pretty good?
That was pretty good, but you cheated as well. You still have the same level of fucking town. I'm sorry, teacher.
I'm sorry, I know, but it's okay.
Fucking piece
Most
of shit.
people, it doesn't even make a goddamn bit of difference,
We don't believe you murdered Paul.
Shut up. Believe whatever you want, bitch.
Believe whatever lies you want.
Question, Sky. Do you hear that when I play that?
No.
You don't hear that at all?
I don't hear fucking shit.
Damn.
You guys hear that?
Damn.
Play it
Don't
again?
hear it, huh? Don't hear that shit. Don't hear that shit. What if I put it on this window? If I put it in this window, even if I'm not showing
the audio,
you can hear it.
You could.
I'm not showing. I think I'm sharing audio from the thing, but I don't know if it'll work if I'm not showing the. Because I don't want to show the page. But hold on. Do you hear that now? Hear that at all?
I see patriotic TJ, but did you add it to the stream?
No, not that. I'm just asking if you hear what's going on.
No, I don't hear it, dude.
You don't hear it? All right, let me try fucking sharing the screen, even though that's not what I wanted to do.
You can put a
you hear this now?
Sound effect. I don't hear this, no.
No, really?
No.
How do you fucking make it to where you hear shit?
You gotta share your audio when you share the screen.
So I did.
No, you didn't do it right.
Stop sharing. Hold on, technical difficulty.
Didn't do it fucking right. Didn't do it fucking right. The tech support show. Tech support with TJ.
Trying to figure it out. Okay.
Oh, TJ, you got a super chat. You know what it said, TJ?
TJ looking good. Thank you. Thank you.
What a positive super chat.
Screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Yeah. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. Yeah, great. Screen share some audio. Screen share lets you share audio. Look for share audio checkbox on the next window. Okay. Yes.
See, there you go.
Wait, where is it? I see share. Oh, share system audio. That makes sense. That makes sense. Shut up, Scotty.
Wouldn't have these issues.
All right. It's time for fucking a little magic, Scotty. I want to celebrate the Independence Day of the greatest nation on Earth, y'all. On Earth, y'all.
Yeah.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, worked for all my life, I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars that I'm living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Hey. And I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died. Bring that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you. Defend her today. Because there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless USA. Oh, yeah, y'all. You feel that?
That's beautiful,
You feel
man.
that energy of America? That's what we call America, bitch.
Terrific.
America, America, America. Ha, ha, ha,
the greatest moment in deep fried history is when we truly embrace patriotism.
Yeah,
I feel a lot better now, to be honest with you. I feel much better.
Patriotism is fucking cool, y'all. Who doesn't love patriotism? Patriotism kicks fucking ass. Who doesn't love patriotism? Future is better than the past. Yeah.
It's gonna be, TJ. It's gonna be a bright, bright future and a bright day tomorrow.
Fucking bright.
I mean, America is the shining beacon on the hill. TJ, how are you celebrating the 4th of July before you even get into this other stuff?
I'm celebrating it in so many ways. I painted my face up. I'm doing this show. You know, we're doing a grease trap after this for patrons.
You are? Oh shit! Yeah. Doing a grease trap?
You know, it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a fucking. And then when I'm done with all that shit, I'm gonna go eat some hot dogs and some potato salad and some chocolate chip cookies, and I'm gonna pray to Abraham Lincoln, Scotty. I'm gonna be like, dear ghost of Abraham Lincoln, please give us guidance and stuff. And let me touch your beard. Is this live? This is not live.
This is totally pre-recorded.
This is a pre-recorded pile of shit.
I don't know.
This has nothing to do with anything.
I don't know how I was able to highlight your comment, but somehow I was able to. Crazy. It's crazy how that works.
Very sexual.
Yeah. Forgot about the grease trap.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Grease trap. Hell yeah. You thought this was the only show? Nope. After this, grease trap for patrons only. Go sign up to Patreon. Go sign up.
Paywall and everything.
There's no fucking
look at the
paywall.
We think we try to think it's an effective.
You say we're gonna get hot dogs on video? Fine, I'll fucking make a video of it then, bitch.
Is that even a punishment?
Our imaginary currency still holds more value.
Bullshit.
You know what? You're fucking. What? I mean, you know what? You gave it to us.
No value.
That's the only thing that matters. Whatever. You know, we don't need to have these arguments, guys, about whose currency is better or anything. The main thing, most important thing is that you send it to us. That's what really matters.
That's one thing I can agree with TJ on. It's that sentiment there.
You know, and that's a beautiful thing.
I mean, that's America, dude. If we're getting out of what America really is, America's about money.
No matter where you are, what money you got, the important thing is you send it to streamers so that we can continue to make your lives, I was going to say better, but really I guess the honest thing would be marginally more tolerable.
For a few minutes.
In short, little itty-bitty, tiny bursts.
Hey, that was nice. Now it's over.
Greetings from Scotland. Condolences to everyone in Highland Park. I hope something is done, blah, 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 blah. Don't hope that something's done. You know what? I'm not even mad that the guy shot a bunch of people in Highland Park, and I'll tell you why. Because he's a true American. He's celebrating America in the most American way possible by shooting a bunch of people. And if we're against that, then we should act like it. If we're actually against people being shot in this country, why don't we do anything about it? It's pretty obvious to me at this point. We like it. Let's stop fucking playing coy. Let's start fucking let's have National Shooting Day, you know?
What?
Where we celebrate all of the shooters. Like, wow, we have a scoreboard in Times Square. If anyone's offended by this, by the way, maybe you should ask your government to fucking do something. Literally, even having fucking Russell Brand sing his sarcastic "We Gotta Do Something" song would be more than we've done at this point. Eat every ounce of my fucking shit. Anyway.
What, dude? You're such a fucking liar, TJ. You know, you think I'm gonna sit here on George Washington's birthday or whatever it is? That's why it's the 4th of July, right? Some shit like that. Like on America's birthday, dude. George Washington, all the presidents.
I have an article about that, Scotty. Oh, wait, that's not.
I'm glad you do, but I want to respond to what you just said, TJ.
All right, you respond, Scotty.
You know,
I won't even interrupt you. I won't even interrupt you, Scotty. Go ahead.
There was mass slaughter.
You go ahead, Scotty.
Mass slaughter in the streets of America for generations.
You want to say, you know?
Pretty much since our founding, right? We can all agree on that. A lot of it's been done by guns and knives.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn this AC
bombs. There's a lot of different ways it's happened, right, TJ? You know what the point is, though?
I'm going to be hot for you guys. Just to give you guys a better audio quality. I'm going to sit here and be fucking hot.
As you should fucking suffer. It's America's birthday. If you fucking flagellate yourself enough,
you're not willing to suffer on America's birthday.
Dude, did you not hear about the bipartisan agreement in Congress, TJ? And Joe Biden signed this. This became a law, TJ. Bipartisan gun measures were taken, TJ.
That's true. Yeah, the bipartisan
red flag laws, TJ. Someone's crazy. Take that gun from them.
It's still weak sauce. I don't even remember what it does. Remind me again.
That's a very good question. The bill is a long bill, long time coming. It does some red flag stuff. You know what red flag laws are, TJ?
Oh shit, yeah, red flag. Yeah,
you know what that is. You know, maybe you're acting unstable, TJ, or you know, you have a history of mental illness or violence against your spouse or something. You know, red flag laws would prevent you from legally buying a gun.
Wow.
Yeah, cool. I think they closed some loophole. I forget what loophole it was, but there's a closed one loophole. I know
one of the 12,000 loopholes has been closed.
Yeah. Woo! So basically, the problem's been dealt with. You want to attack this country, but this country has acted decisively.
The law has not gone into effect yet, so that's why we still had this mass shooting. But pretty soon though, no more mass shootings. But anyway, let's go with this. This is how do you spell independence? Turned out 1 in 3 Americans have no idea.
Well, isn't that great? They have the freedom not to know, TJ.
Yeah, you know what?
They have the freedom not to know how to spell.
Not only have the freedom not to know, but they have the freedom to spell independence any fucking way they want.
Oh.
I want to see. Let me see your guys' creative spellings of independence in the chat. I want to see you guys spell independence out. Show me what you got.
They can't do it.
Show me how badly you could butcher the fucking word.
They can't do it.
I don't even think you can do it. I think all of our audience is too smart. They can't even misspell independence. Even if they tried, they would end up being right somehow. Independence. That's not too bad. You got the deep kind of thing going on, and the dance.
Indie penis. Okay.
Actually, you guys are hitting on the most independence. I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Ooh, here's a real fucked up one.
What?
Where is it? Interdependence. Interdependence. This is the best one.
Interdependence.
TJ Penn. That's actually the new spelling. That's actually the new official spelling right there. TJ Pendance. TJ Pendance. Make you come. Ha 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 ha. Anyway.
That's about, TJ, you're trying to paint all this stuff about America badly.
I'm not saying anything bad about America. I love this country. There ain't
you're trying to make a point here, TJ. You ask the average American on the street, they can't answer a bunch of academic questions, TJ.
Yeah, like how to spell a simple word.
Yeah, that strikes me as being something that
I'm not upset about. Okay, study reveals
NASA scientist probably couldn't even get that question right. TJ, it's so complex.
That 2 in 3 young adults don't know who America declared its independence from in 1776. Here's why I don't care: because our independence is a fucking lie. So who really gives a shit? Like that's where I think that's why a Gen Z doesn't give a shit, because they know it's not because they're too stupid to know. It's because they're too smart to care. And we gained our independence. They just tune out at that point because they're like, bullshit. No, we didn't.
America gained its independence from a bunch of goddamn Brits.
Actually, a lot of Gen Zers think that we got our independence from the Native Americans. That's what we're celebrating. Like, finally, no longer under the boot heel of them, the heel of them Indians.
Let me tell you, the Native Americans that lived here before, all terrible. They're just about the same as the Nazis. Almost the equivalent.
Very sexual.
White people just showed up, and there's like concentration camp for you, white person. And then finally, the white people broke free with guns, and that was George Washington. That was the one that did it.
Oh yeah, that's a very.
He invented the first gun, the first semi-automatic rifle, and he slaughtered the Indians, and that's how we celebrate Thanksgiving.
I like that he did that. That makes me happy. I'm very glad.
Well, I mean, if he hadn't done it, dude, you'd be under the yoke of the Native Americans.
The yoke of the natives, right? Because
that was a serious thing
for a long time. A long time we were under that boot. Sorry, the moccasin heel of the Native Americans.
Right.
They're crushing our spirit, until finally we rose up against them. What a fucking great history. Dude, this sounds like one of my redneck histories things. I should do a new redneck history of America about And when the white man came, we was under the moccasin heel of the engine. But then George Washington and Abraham Lincoln got together, the Continental Congress, and they said, no more, damn it.
Oh, dude. You could have like maybe you could have it's like George Washington or whatever is in a cave, like the first Iron Man movie. He invents an Iron Man suit so he can free the people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened. What do you mean? What if I could say that?
Yeah. Well, right.
Just
Right.
Repeat history accurately, you mean? Yeah, I could do that. I guess.
Well, you should. You should do it.
6 dead, more than 2 dozen hospitalized in mass shooting at Highland Park, 4th of July parade. Shooter sought. See, we're even saying there, like it's like a want ad. Shooter sought. We're looking for a shooter for Highland Park. We're looking for someone to shoot some people. Shooter appeared to have fired from a rooftop. Police said this doesn't happen here. What a useless statement. This doesn't happen here.
Normally this never happens.
No one on that rooftop shooting people. It's the damnedest thing.
Like, what? What a dumb fuck statement. No wonder our country can't fucking do shit. The ineptitude. It's like a meteorite hurtling towards the earth, and it's like top scientists are like, usually this don't happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the dinosaurs said that shit. Normally this is never this bright. What's going on?
All they can do is just like impotently comment on how unusual it is. And by the way, this is America, so this doesn't happen here, doesn't fly anymore. It does actually.
What's actually surprising when you wake up and you look at the news and it's like, any mass shootings today? Oh no, really? Damn. That's the news. That should be the news now.
It should be like, no one shot today. That would be fucking like, what the fuck?
Imagine don't shoot nobody day.
We should do that we should submit that to the Onion. No one was shot in America, and people are like, "What? Is that real?" Huh? No, plenty of people were. Just kidding. Plenty of people were killed. Don't worry. It's like, I bet you there would be that reaction. I guarantee you, some people would have the reaction like, "Really? Oh my god, is everything okay? Why aren't people killing each other? Are they all right out there?"
What's wrong with the shooters?
I just don't feel like killing anyone today. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, even the shooters are just too depressed to do their job. It's like,
I don't know. I'm just like, I don't feel like shooting anyone anymore. It's just like the fun's out of it. No one even cares anymore. Just fucking like don't even get headlines and shit like it used to. I mean, I don't know. Just like feel so unappreciated, man. You know.
Well, I think at first,
or something. I don't know.
I mean, didn't America get to delude itself at first? The shit, like, because it really was Columbine, right? It was like, oh shit, this really bad thing happened, but it's really
my god, wow, can't believe this happened. And then it was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening more. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening every day. Oh my god.
You know what I'm waiting for? The day when like 2 gigantic mass shootings happen in different parts of the country, unconnected to each other. You know what I mean? Just like, because we have mass shootings every day. That's not really unusual at this point. But like 2 of the like super big ones, like, 27 people gunned down in Columbus. And then, 19 people gunned down in San Luis Obispo. And it's like, oh shit, 2 gigantic shootings in one day.
Wait till the shitters are competing live on what is it, TikTok?
Yeah, it's like,
we're gonna have a higher kill count.
TikTok is just gonna have to add like a shooting section. It's like, yeah, here you go.
Look, the market is spoken. People want mass shooting videos. You can get a lot of clout if you kill enough people.
Welcome to the kill zone.
Oh my god!
It's me, Bryce. I'm here. Today we're going to be shooting up the Mall of America. Very popular target for shooters like me.
What's up? Yeah, Bryce, man, you gonna shoot this mall? Yeah, bro, I'm totally gonna shoot this place.
Be sure to use hashtag Bryce shoots twice. Because I always shoot 2 bullets in every victim. This is my signature style, bro. Hashtag Bryce shoots twice on Twitter if you're gonna talk about my shooting today.
I am benevolent TikToker. If you wear my merch, I spare you. I would spare you as long as you wear my merch.
Yeah, bish. People be wearing all kinds of fucking goofy ass merch from different shooters and shit.
Oh shit! I got this. Then there'd be controversy because a shooter would kill someone with their merch, and you'd be like, "What?
I did not see."
And he'd have to like issue a public apology. That would be when people are mad. It's like,
I'm sorry that I killed someone who I did not realize at the time was wearing my bracelet. You know, I did not
Can't
see the
believe it.
bracelet at the time of the shooting. I apologize deeply to all of my fans, my family. I know I let you guys down, and I'm taking a break to reflect upon, you know, what I've done. I'm sorry for shooting someone who was wearing my merch. It was wrong to do.
I'm gonna donate $100,000 in merch to all my fans. I'm gonna give away as much merch as I can.
$1 million to the family, and I'm going to take some time to, you know, think about myself, you know, and what I've done.
He learned his lesson.
You know, Scotty, sometimes the voice of reason comes where you just don't expect it, you know? Mitt Romney, Scotty. Mitt Romney calls out America's national malady of denial. Warns a return to Trump would render it incurable. Yeah, Mitt Romney. He's going to save us, Scotty.
Dude, that's who I think is going to save us.
What's this? The left thinks the right is at fault for ignoring climate change and the attacks on our political system. The right thinks the left is the problem for ignoring illegal immigration and national debt. Yeah, it's like one of these, like, yeah, well, you know, both sides are fucking at fault, you guys.
Legitimate grievances.
I mean, the left thinks the right is ignoring the fucking ecological collapse that's impending over us, but the right thinks the national debt, you know, so, really,
yeah.
and xenophobia. So, I mean, really, it all evens out in the end. It's like, what? Fuck you, bitch. Stupid motherfucker.
It's all the same.
What a fucking lib. What a lib cuck bitch. Anyway, Trump's freaking out. He's mad because over these possible criminal charges, you know, that are impending, and maybe, probably not. He's mad at Liz Cheney, which I you know, if there's no side to take in this, you know what I mean? Like, fuck both these people. It's like two turds
for a dog turd or cat turd. It's tough.
Warmongering and despicable human being Liz Cheney, who is hated by the great people of Wyoming. Down 35. Keeps saying over and over again that her fake unselect committee may recommend criminal charges against the president of the United States, who got more votes than any sitting president in history. Even the Dems didn't know what she was talking about. Why doesn't she press charges instead against those that cheated on the election or those that didn't properly protect the Capitol?
Yeah, they didn't properly protect the Capitol from the people that you incited to a riot.
I might have whipped up a little mob, TJ, and sent them on over, but they should have protected it better.
I thought the Capitol Police would stop them. You know, so really it's their fault.
Look, I believe in law enforcement. Great law enforcement, terrific law enforcement. I just thought that when an angry mob of people showed up and tried to break in.
I raped your wife, but you should have had a better burglar alarm, buddy. You know what I mean?
Like, what a piece of shit, dude. I don't want him to face criminal charges unless the fucking penalty for his crimes is just summary execution. Then he can do it. All content is not satire. Fuck you. Now more than ever, Democrats need Hillary Clinton. Oh my God, yes. That was just what I was thinking.
They read my mind,
thinking, Scotty. You know, yeah. Like, how are you in my head? You know, it's amazing.
The DNC just like has probes in our brains, dude. They just know immediately. I guess when I got the vaccine or whatever, I'm not going to go there because I guess I'll get our show canceled. But they let's just put it this way: they can read your thoughts because I've been thinking this nonstop.
I mean, obviously they have some kind of like satellite launch that just reads your brainwaves and steals your ideas because, you know, hey, holy shit. You know? Doesn't get much better than this, right?
I mean, because they know.
Who would win in a fight between Trump and Cheney? Liz Cheney or Dick Cheney?
No contest.
I imagine. Yeah, Liz probably. I don't know.
How dare you say that, teacher?
How dare you?
I would wipe the floor.
I fucking dare you, bitch.
With Liz.
I thought you meant this year. I want to read this guy's shit. Earlier this year, I co-authored a piece for the Wall Street Journal that argued that a perfect storm in the Democratic Party is making a once unfathomable scenario, a comeback for Hillary Clinton in 2024, highly plausible. Our reasoning was, please God, no. Our reasoning was that President Biden's low approval rating, doubt about his capacity to run again, Vice President Harris's unpopularity, and the absence of another strong Democrat to lead the ticket have created a leadership vacuum within the party that only Clinton, as an experienced and politically savvy change candidate, can fulfill.
Oh my God. Are you fucking shitting me?
What planet are you fucking from, bitch? Because it ain't Earth. What planet do you live on? And on what planet is Hillary Clinton a change candidate? On what planet is Hillary Clinton the strongest fucking leader in the Democratic Party? In what planet? Like, she lost to fucking Trump, dude. The reason that you had Trump, like if it had been literally anybody else other than Hillary Clinton, we never would have had Trump. You are so fucking stupid. It's like you're just like determined to go over this cliff no matter what. You're a fucking lemming, dude. TJ, I thought this was a band of hope. All right, fair enough. I thought this was a deep F right, not a band of hope. Let's fucking get on to the fucking subject at hand then. I mean, let's talk about abortion. We promised you the history of abortion. Let's get on to it. You know, it's 25 minutes in. That's enough fucking little current events shit. Let's get into this shit, all right? So let's start with this. Should abortion be legal? And then you have you have the pro side, the con side. This is procon.org. It's a place where you're supposed to like, this is for people to just kind of weigh things out, you know?
Let's see. People have rights. People should lose rights.
Yeah, both sides are valid, you know? We got to consider both sides.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, the pros and cons.
Pro number one is abortion is a safe medical procedure that protects lives. Con number one is life begins at conception, making abortion murder.
See, one's a scientifically based position, and another is,
okay,
well...
Yeah, like actual fact, bullshit.
Life begins at conception. That's if you kill the life, then you're murdering it.
Life begins at conception because I said so. You know what I mean?
If you want a little preview of my segment, this is actually going to deal with it in a very realistic, real world way.
Oh shit!
So keep that in mind. Just saying.
Pro number two: abortion bans engenders healthcare for those not seeking abortion. Medical treatment for non-viable pregnancies is often exactly the same as an abortion. Ectopic pregnancies occur. Yeah, basically just saying there's lots of medically valid reasons to get abortions. Yeah, there's a lot of times when it is the best way to deal with something.
Yeah, it is.
Con number two, legal abortion promotes a culture in which life is disposable.
It is disposable for many people. So, I mean, like, if people in America want to make that argument,
I'm sorry, this can't come from the same side that after every mass shooting is like, don't take my guns. Just don't take my guns.
All right.
As if anyone's even trying to take your fucking guns anyway. But like your fucking first instinct when a bunch of people are shot is to protect not people, but guns. So you don't get to tell me about how like abortion makes life disposable.
Well, it's kind of like how the military industrial complex is supposed to make the world safer, right?
Yeah, you know what? Fucking Hobo sapiens hit it on the fucking head in here in our chat.
Oh, what did he say? Let's put it up.
He says, yeah, capitalism doesn't do that. Talking about life, something making life disposable. You want to know what makes life disposable? A system where profit is put above people, where profit is put above the well-being of literally everything else. It doesn't matter if you destroy the planet. It's okay as long as you made a profit. Did you destroy everyone's lives? It's okay as long as you made a profit. Did you fucking undermine fucking the social compact in a million fucking ways? It doesn't matter as long as you made a fucking profit. Capitalism fucking denigrates and makes human lives disposable, not fucking abortion.
I mean, undoubtedly. I mean, even let's just take like the jobs like people are bitching about, like, oh, there's a labor shortage. You know why people don't want to do those jobs? Because the same thing. Because they know they're just a disposable fucking piece of shit. This company doesn't care about them. Not going to pay them enough. Not going to give them any sort of life that has any meaning to it beyond making them money. So yeah, these people completely view life as disposable. They don't give a fuck about you or anyone besides themselves.
Pro number three: abortion bans deny bodily autonomy, creating wide-ranging repercussions.
Right.
Fair enough. Con number three:
to me.
Increased access to birth control, health insurance, and sexual education would make abortion unnecessary.
No. I mean,
there's always going to be things that slip through those cracks. I agree that all those things, but like the party that is trying to ban abortion is also trying to attack a lot of those things as well. So, like, we know that the right wing has a boner for ending contraception. Not all of them, but Clarence Thomas has already fucking put it out there that he wants to do that. Sex education, conservatives basically seem to consider that grooming now. So yeah, they're trying to. The only sex education they like is abstinence only.
Yeah, abstinence only class. Look,
welcome to abstinence only class. No matter what happens, you don't never have no sex until you get married and the government codifies your relationship. Until
if anyone would ever follow that That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous plan ever. Okay, that's like fucking putting a bear in front of a fucking honey pot and being like, all right, bear, don't eat the honey. And coming back, it's like, oh no, bear ate all the honey.
Put a bunch of slop in front of a pig, like, don't eat it.
Don't eat the slop now, don't you do it. I'm just gonna turn around.
Put corn pop in a fucking room full of like rare Ming vases and shit. Like, corn pop, don't you break these vases now. Like, give me a fucking break. On.
It's basic biology. People are gonna be fucking. That's it.
Yeah, so there's some of the arguments. Well,
not to mention number 3 is refuted by number 2.
It's like which is 3 reasonable positions on the pro side and 3 ridiculous fucking nonsense arguments on the con side, because of course there are no fucking cons to allowing abortion. It's all pros. Fuck you. I don't fucking care.
Abortion on demand will destroy everything somehow, TJ. I don't know how it will.
If I ever fucking own an abortion clinic, it'll literally just be called abortion on demand. Just come on down, get an abortion
for you.
Abortions for all. What the hell's going on here now?
Whoa, this is ancient.
What's going on? This is ancient Burger King.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Home of the Whopper.
Home of the Whopper and common. So, Egypt. The first indications that abortion was common in ancient civilizations appear in the ancient Egyptian papyrus Ebers, which dates back from ca 1600 BC. It describes a method by which the woman empties out the conceived in the first, second, or third time period. For this, there was various herbal drinks as well as vaginal douches and vaginal suppositories. Basically, like abortion, pretty commonplace in ancient Egypt. Just like, all right, you don't want this motherfucker? Let's get him out of there. Take this.
Oh my God, dude. How can ancient Egyptians be more enlightened than modern day America?
I wonder if there was pro-life Egyptians. There's a fucking alligator turd.
Probably.
Actually, it's crocodile turd. Sorry. So here's crocodile turds. They use crocodile turds. The most interesting abortion-inducing method mentioned in ancient Egyptian texts was crocodile dung, made in a pessary with dough and inserted into the vagina. It was meant to operate as birth control and as an inducement for miscarriage. Crocodile dung does have spermicidal properties, but it's likely it was more effective as a contraceptive than as an abortifacient. So probably worked better as a contraceptive than it did as a, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm glad we live in modern times and we don't have to rely on crocodile shit as a spermicide,
Look, that crocodile took a big old dump.
Put some crocodile dung in my pussy to, keep me from getting pregnant. It's like, okay. Well, I'm just going to leave, actually, because no, thanks.
You say that, but dude, guys back then, I mean, they had to do what they had to do. I mean, they didn't want the woman to get pregnant. I mean, what they're going to do, man? Like, it's like,
you got to do what you
crocodile dung up there, or you don't, you don't. You might have like 10 kids.
Yeah. Truth. So let's
great.
Let's learn about the Bible. All right.
Oh, do I really have to?
So let's talk about this is a story from the Bible. This story takes place in the wilderness between Egypt and Israel around 1500 BC. This is Numbers 5:19 through 24. All right.
Mm-hmm.
When the
all this is totally true, by the way.
Yes, this is all 100% true. Then the priest shall put the woman under oath and say to her, if no other man has had sexual relations with you, and you have not gone astray and become impure while married to your husband, may this bitter water that brings curse not harm you. But if you have gone astray while married to your husband, and you have made yourself impure by having sexual relations with a man other than your husband, here the priest is to put the woman under his curse. May the Lord cause you to become a curse among your people when he makes your womb miscarry and your abdomen swell. May this water that brings curse into your body so your abdomen swells or your womb miscarries. Then the woman is to say, amen, so be it. The priest is to write these curses on a scroll and then wash them off in the bitter water. He then makes the woman drink the bitter water that brings curse, and this woman and this water that brings curse and causes bitterness and causes bitter suffering will enter her. So basically, this is if your wife cheats on you and you want, and she gets pregnant, this is basically, she's got to go to the priest and drink this bitter water that it's going to make her miscarry. Unless, of course, she's been faithful, in which case the magical bitter water will not make her miscarry. Which,
right.
Kind of like the witch trials, like if she floats, she's a witch. Then we gotta kill her. If she sinks to the bottom and drowns, she wasn't a witch. But she goes to heaven, I guess. I don't know.
Either way, the result's the same.
And then there's this guy. We're not going to watch his fucking bullshit. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, fuck him. He's an idiot.
The history of Catholic teaching on abortion isn't as clear-cut as you might think. Its position has hardly been unchangeable throughout the past 2 millennia. So here's a little history of abortion in Catholicism, right?
Okay.
Even though 56% of U.S. Catholics believe that abortion should be legal in most or all cases, it's commonly held belief that being pro-choice is incompatible with being Catholic. That's not surprising given the Catholic Church's stance on abortion seems pretty clear-cut. Abortion is murder. The Catechism of Catholic Church even says, since the first century, the Church has affirmed the moral evil of every procured abortion. This teaching has not changed and remains unchanged. That's not exactly true, though. While it's fair to say that the Catholic Church has always leaned anti-abortion, history does not support that its position has been unchangeable throughout the past 2 millennia. Rather, the lives and writings of Catholic saints and papal decisions show that the Church has adapted its position on abortion many times, and there's still room for discussion on the matter. The abortion debate in the Catholic Church has largely coalesced around 2 main issues: the Church's preference for chastity and the question of when human life begins. Sex is a complicated matter in Catholicism. While the conjugal embrace is celebrated within the confines of marriage, and then only if the marriage is open to procreation, power within the Church is reserved for men to swear to practice celibacy. For centuries, the main issue with abortion in the Catholic Church was that in order to have an abortion, you first had to have sex. Abortion was sinful because it nullified the only acceptable reason for having sex, procreation. In their book, A Brief Liberal Catholic Defense of Abortion, philosophers Daniel Dombrowski and Robert Delteet call this the perversity view and explain that because the only permissible reason to have sex was procreation, abortion perverts sex and is immoral in the same way that contraception is immoral. But sometimes when sex that resulted in pregnancy occurred outside of marriage, undoing it was considered a miracle. So here's an example. Ireland has long been known as one of the most Catholic nations in the world. In the early 1980s, more than 90% of the country attended Catholic Mass weekly. And in 1983, Ireland ratified a constitutional amendment that banned abortion in almost all cases. This amendment was only repealed in 2018. At the time, many decried the amendment as medieval. However, in medieval Ireland, there are multiple instances of abortion being listed as a miracle performed by Catholic saints. In records of their lives from the first millennia, Saint Bridget of Kildare, Syrian of Sagir, I'm probably butchering these fucking horrible old ancient names, Kenneth of Agobe, and Aid Mac Brick. Aid Mac Brick.
Big Mac Brick or whatever. They all
have
this.
Abortions recounted among their miracles. What strikes me most is that these aren't insignificant saints performing these taboo actions, said Dr. Maeve Callan, an associate professor of religion at Simpson College and specialist of medieval Irish history. Bridget is arguably the most beloved Irish saint. In the hagiography of Saint Bridget's life, the strength of her faith that enables her to perform a miraculous abortion that restores virtue to a horny nun. What? A certain woman who had taken the vow of chastity fell through youthful desire of pleasure, and her womb swelled with child. Bridget, exercising the most potent strength of her ineffable faith, blessed her, causing the child to disappear without coming to birth and without pain.
Oh, so shouldn't she be killed then?
Kill that motherfucker.
She murdered. I mean, life begins at conception, so that's murder. So kill this saint.
While the Bridget abortion largely focuses on the perversity view, breaking the vow of chastity, other miraculous abortions are more focused on the question of when human life begins, such as the case of Ciran of Sagir. Before his story begins, Saint Ciran had rescued a nun who had been kidnapped and presumably raped by a local king. When the man of God returned to the monastery with the girl, she confessed that she was pregnant. Then the man of God, led by the zeal of justice, not wishing the serpent's seed to quicken, pressed down on her womb with the sign of the cross and forced her womb to be emptied. TJ once opened the demon ord with a screwdriver. I don't know what that means, but yes, that did happen.
I don't get it, TJ.
Don't get what, Scotty?
It seems like I don't get this shit. Number one, arguing that Catholicism is true is just a complete waste of time. and all this is just complete nonsense. Their worldview is tragically flawed.
No, it's not.
But even if you want to accept it, no, it is real. I don't need any, I don't need any proof. I believe all this stuff. Looking back at their own history, like, it's just clear that early Christianity had a totally different view of abortion than it does now. So I guess it's like the one position they evolve on, they evolve horribly. Like, oh, some other dude raped you? Well, you don't have to have that kid. Now it's like someone raped you? Well, too bad.
Well, consider it a gift from God.
Yeah, God's giving you a little gift. But early Christianity, you see example after example of like, oh no, it's gone. Oh no, the child's gone. Oh no, it's gone. Like, okay, yeah, because they didn't want to have the kid, so they did the right thing and they had an abortion.
How about Scotty?
I thought them just all a bunch of boy lovers.
That's why
they even need abortion.
They didn't even have to worry about abortion. They're just like, we don't have to worry about abortion. Last I checked, boys can't get pregnant.
Look at these two, a couple of poofs here, TJ.
Couple of poofs talking about boy butts and so on.
That's all them philosophers ever talk about, TJ, about all the gay sex they want to have, because they gay.
The gay ass goddamn gays, goddamn it, fucking queers.
All I know, man, about Greece.
God works in mysterious damn ways, man.
Oh, and the Euros they got there are pretty good too. That's about it, though.
Yeah. What is this? What did you say? Beep, bop, boop, whatever the fuck. Can we stop for a minute and think about the fact that a book written at a time when people didn't know what germs or atoms were is running the American court in 2022? What the actual fuck? Let me tell you something, sir. You need to get some patriotism, all right? You know, learn to love America. If I see any more of these fucking virulent anti-American sentiments up in here again, I'm gonna be pissed.
Even if you don't love America, you know what? America loves you.
That's true. Very true. The line between lawful and unlawful abortion will be marked by the fact of having sensation and being alive. Aristotle. Although fertility was highly valued in ancient Greece, particularly when it produced a male heir, large families were not always considered ideal, either socially or in terms of population policy. Plato and Aristotle postulated that the state should be neither too big nor too small. Aristotle saw early abortion as an appropriate means of maintaining a constant population size. Plato called on women to ensure preferably that the embryo, when one is conceived, does not ever see the light, but where this cannot be prevented, to keep it as though there is no food for such a one. Ancient Greeks generally, as a society, attributed neither right to life nor soul to an unborn child. So there was none of this fucking like life begins at conception shit. You weren't a fucking person until you were born.
Not only that, it sounds like a more tenable philosophy than just like endless expansion. It's like, do you really need to have more people? Like, it was more like approach philosophically. Now it's like people just like overwhelmingly like, no,
more is good.
More,
look at all
more,
this. We still
more,
got plenty
more.
of space to spread out. More. It's like,
look at the headlines: inflation through the roof, environmental degradation, housing largely unaffordable to most people. Well, just keep having more.
More
like,
people. More.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's
Keep
not working
doing
out
it.
so well.
We need more of them.
Overpopulation is a myth, though, TJ.
About
ancient Greeks were wrong. They were
in Rome, Scotty. You always say, when in Rome. When in Rome. Well, what did they do in Rome? The attitude of Romans was similar to that of Greeks. Succession was desirable so long as it guaranteed the inheritance and care in old age. However, having too many children was a threat to existence. Having children was often seen as a societal and social problem, since child raising could, for example, keep members of the upper classes away from their banquets and their theater performances. So basically just like too many kids, too much fucking work, all right?
Yeah, we'll have our
Find
couple
a happy
kids.
medium. Women worried about their looks or needed to conceal pregnancy if the child was from an extramarital relationship, like, so she didn't necessarily want her husband to know about the baby, she had to kind of like, The lower classes worried about being able to feed bigger families. They're just like, we ain't got enough fucking food to feed another goddamn mouth up in here. Prostitutes, of course, worried about not being able to work. So a lot of very practical concerns. Like, for the rich people, it's like, a child? How will we find time to go to the theater?
Yeah.
For the poor people, it's like, I can't afford to feed this fucking thing. And for the prostitutes,
I gotta keep making money.
And it's like they're just like, I can't fucking.
Look, you little thing, nothing personal, but.
As in Greece, Rome accorded the fetus neither right to life nor soul, but saw the fetus as part of a woman's body. The embryo is, namely, before it is born, a part of the woman, specifically of the internal organs. And it is said that an embryo not yet born is not a real person. One can infer from documents that abortion generally took place between the 3rd and 7th month. Punishment for abortion in the Roman Republic was generally inflicted as a violation of the father's right to dispose of his offspring. Because of the influence of Stoicism, which did not view the fetus as a person, the Romans did not punish abortion as homicide. Roman doctors already possessed a vast and varied knowledge that they could use to meet the huge demand for abortion. More than 200 abortifacients were already known, of which around 90% were genuinely effective. The precise names of the substances that could be used to abort a pregnancy are given in their writings of doctors such as Dioscorides, I think, or Serranus of Ephesus. You think I got it wrong?
Look,
TJ, wrong. Get that Get that shit the fuck out of here. Make that go away. What the fuck?
You're wrong,
no,
TJ.
No.
You didn't know I could do that, did you? You fucking pussy.
Motherfucking son of a bitch. How about that shit, bitch? Yeah. Ancient Rome and Greece are more progressive than America. I mean, in some ways, yes, but women's rights were not like. There was still no women didn't have any fucking rights in their society, so they weren't really all that progressive in that respect. But they were certainly a little bit more intelligent about how they approached, what a fetus actually is. They didn't have all these fucking sentimental notions about it like we do. They weren't a bunch of dumbasses in that regard.
Yeah, very patriarchal societies, though, where
right. So abortion was not like a woman's right then. It was like a man should be able to make that decision, and a woman was kind of like his property. And it's like, I don't feel like having another kid. Go get that fucking thing taken care of. Go drink the fucking bitter waters or whatever the fuck, Let's take a look at some other shit here. This is one of the things you can use to abort your baby in ancient Rome.
What is this
called?
This
is Helleborus. Oh, yes.
Take a tea of Helleborus. And surely
and drink Helleborus tea.
And the child shall pass. There will be copious amounts of blood. You must take this other route. I don't know.
You could also try castoreum right here.
Oh, that makes you have an abortion.
Castoreum is uglier. I'd take the Helleborus because it looks nicer.
This
so-called expulsion methods induce bleeding from the uterus and contractions. They included Helleborus and castoreum, a yellowish exudate from the castor sacs of mature beavers. Beavers use castoreum in combination with urine to scent mark their territory.
Okay.
So there you go. Gross. Other drugs.
I'll take
the flower, motherfucker. Other drugs containing essential oils or bitter agents were supposed to cause a stillbirth. Appropriate preparations were made before ingestion. Hunger cures and bloodletting were supposed to weaken the body. Douches and baths were supposed to target and aggravate the mucous membrane of the vagina.
Oh, man.
History of abortions from Imperial Russia to the USSR. So
we know what they did in the USSR, TJ. They killed every unborn they could.
They killed them all. Abortions were banned and legitimized several times throughout Russian history, and Russia was the first country in the world to widely legalize them in 1920.
There you go.
So here's some herbal tea, used to get the abortion going. Formerly, there was penance for abortions committed by women, 5 years of penance for abortion of a fetus, 7 years of penance if it has features, and 15 years of penance for killing a newborn child. Penance meant fasting, being forbidden from attending certain services, and doing a number of prayers and vows daily. However, even the standard list of questions to be asked during confession contained questions like, how many children did you kill inside yourself? Which only means abortions and forced miscarriages were still a common thing. Abortions were practiced widely and uncontrolled in absence of professional medical help, but with assistance of midwives and witch doctors who were practicing in just about every Russian village since ancient times. Miscarriages were usually brought on by drinking herbal mixtures and taking a hot bath. State laws in Russia didn't mention abortions until as late as the 17th century. In 1649, Soborno Ulozeni, definitely fucking that one up. Russia's legal code equaled abortion to infanticide and punished it with death. Penalty was applied to both the women who had abortion and anyone who assisted her. However, this norm was rarely, if ever, actually applied. So here's abortion in the Russian Empire. In 1715, Peter the Great, in his military statute, ordered the death penalty performed on a breaking wheel for infanticide. However, he didn't specify anything about abortion, so formally abortions and forced miscarriages were in a gray zone for Russian law for a long time, until the 19th century. According to the Digest of Criminal Laws in 1832, assisting abortion was punishable with scourging and time in the labor camp for midwives, but not for the women who had the abortions. This norm was active for just a short time. In 1845, midwives who performed abortions without a man's consent or knowledge could be punished with 4 to 6 years of hard labor and up to 10 years if the woman was harmed or died in the procedure. Abortion with a woman's consent was punishable with exile to Siberia. Same for women who performed abortions to themselves. Importantly, if a person who had performed an abortion had a medical education, the punishment was more severe. Murdering a newborn was fully equal to homicide and punished with a lifetime of hard labor. The Criminal Code of 1903 somewhat lifted the penalty from the women who were guilty of murdering a child conceived out of wedlock during his birth. They were punished with doing time in a penitentiary institution, workhouse. However, murdering a child born in marriage could lead to 10 years of hard labor. Abortions as such were punished differently. Women who performed self-abortions were subject to detention in a workhouse for up to 3 years. The same for anybody who assisted the abortion. Midwives who performed abortions regularly were to be publicized, and finally, performing an abortion without woman's consent led to 8 years of hard labor. However, heavy the penalties, there were actually very few sentences for abortion. For example, from 1910 to 1914, there were only 139 trials concerning abortions in Russia, which means that the matter still stayed in the gray zone. So basically, there's these harsh laws against it, but they're very scantily enforced.
That's common. I mean, honestly, it's usually just a tool that can be used against people if they need something. Like, oh, what happened with that affair? Oh, she had an abortion. Well, she can get 10 years in prison. It's more shit like that. It's not like people actually give a shit. I mean, clearly, 139 trials in 4 years. I mean, that's probably with millions of people being pregnant.
Celebrate deep fat fried. In 1920, Soviet Russia became the first country in the world to fully legalize ending pregnancy with medical intervention. Any woman could do this of her own free will, free of charge, in a special medical institution. This measure was logical for a state and society experiencing sexual revolution. In 1922, the new Criminal Code of Russia and Republic criminalized casual abortions performed by people without medical education or in unsanitary conditions. People who did this faced up to a year in a labor institution or up to 5 years if the woman was harmed or died. The authorities made a woman's health a priority. Abortions were banned for women who were pregnant for the first time and for those who had an abortion within 6 months before. Doctors also tried to make the operations as unpleasant as possible. Historian Natalia Labina writes that in Soviet healthcare, abortions without anesthesia were a norm. Many doctors reckoned that suffering caused a woman during the operation was a necessary payment for parting with the fetus, which didn't stop women from getting abortions. Beginning from 1930, a fee was introduced for performing abortions, and it quickly rose. 18 to 20 rubles in 1930, 60 rubles in 33, 300 rubles in 35. Meanwhile, 100 to 120 rubles was the average working woman's salary at the time, so abortions were expensive and still widely performed. In 1935, in Leningrad, for example, the state earned 3.6 million rubles on abortions.
It's basically their version of like the Soviet sin tax. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want an abortion?
If a fetus is a person, can a woman claim life insurance for a miscarriage? Nope.
I mean, according to some people, she should be able to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue otherwise.
So then in 1936, abortions were banned except for necessary medical reasons. Why? Aaron Soltz, deputy prosecutor general of the USSR, one of the old Bolsheviks, expressed the official position in an article, Trud newspaper. We do not have enough people. We have so much to do. We need more and more fighters, builders of this life. We need people. Abortion, the destruction of nascent life, is unacceptable in our state that constructs socialism. Abortion is an evil legacy of the order when a person lived by his narrow personal interest, not the life of the community. So things went too far in the other direction where it's just like individual's choice is bullshit. You must now produce units so that we may use them as war fodder. So they're coming around to the American position at this point, basically.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We need more like communism, whatever. I mean, really more of like a dictatorship. But hey, it's gonna work out, but it's not working out enough because women, when we established this shit, women had too many rights. There's too
many rights. God damn it! We need more drones. So I mean, but Russia's been all over the place on it. Well, let's read it a little bit more because Russia has a pretty interesting back and forth kind of history. Right after the ban, the amount of abortions dropped sharply, but starting in 1937, it grew again. We mean the permitted abortions for medical reasons. 568,000 in 1937, 723,000 in 1939. In 1940, a total of 807,000 abortions were registered in the USSR.
Sounds like it worked.
Sociologists estimate that there were 10 times as many illegal abortions. So basically, for every legal abortion you got, there's tons of of back alley ones going down. After the ban, the amount of women who died of blood poisoning increased fourfold. The grim consequences of illegal abortions performed in unsanitary conditions. A sharp increase was noticed in infanticide, 25% of all murders. Newborns were killed with darning needles, drowned, or just thrown in the trash.
Yeah, there's women who they couldn't get abortions for whatever reason.
Wow, it's almost like draconian laws against abortion don't result in people getting less abortions. They just result in shit like that.
Right.
I mean, like if the Soviet Union was like, we send you to Gulag if you get abortion, and they still are like millions of people doing it anyway. Just like, fuck them. I don't want this thing.
Someone's like, oh yeah, I had the kid, they died. It's just shit like that.
Yeah, sad, stillborn.
We mourn deeply for the child, the life we lost. Or it's
Christian theocratic rule expressed through their lapdog, the Republican Party, is an existential threat to modern secular society. Well, no shit. Thanks for the money.
Of course.
You're totally right.
The money and
I don't mean to fucking be cavalier, but that's just obviously true. So the ban on abortions was in fact part of the Great Terror, but unlike the terror, it continued after World War II and into the 1950s. In the beginning of the 1950s, death because of the consequences of illegal abortions was 70% of all maternal deaths. The dire situation with abortions brought to life sad jokes like, "It's getting cold, let's go to my place and have a cup of tea. Cut it out with tea, please. Have you heard abortions are banned?" The ban on abortions was lifted in 1955, partly thanks to Maria Kovgrongina, who became the Minister of Healthcare of the USSR in 1954. In November 1955, abortions were legalized again, but only in hospitals. Abortions performed outside of medical institutions were still a criminal offense. From 1962, abortions became free of charge again, and that was the time when maternal death rates dropped and abortion rates peaked. In mid-1960s, there were about 5.6 million abortions performed annually in the Russian Soviet Republic alone. Abortion rates can be considered an indicator of a nation's hopes for the future. In comparison with the 1960s rates, in the 1970s and 1980s, about 4.5 million abortions a year were performed in the Russia-Soviet Republic. By 1990, this figure had dropped to 3.9 million. In today's Russia Federation, abortions have always been legal. Abortion is covered by health insurance at the expense of the state budget, and every woman has the right to resolve the issue of motherhood. In 1999, there were about 2 million abortions performed a year, and in 2017, this figure was 627,000.
Wait, are you telling me literally under Putin still,
the
Russians have more reproductive health rights than Americans?
That is correct.
A despotic, terrible fucking dictator, a warmonger, and even he's like, all right. I mean, maybe he'll change. Maybe Putin will be like, you know what? He might look at what America's done and say, I'm jealous. What America's more conservative on that issue. Not for long.
Get out of here.
We don't want to give you any money, Planned Parenthood. Done for
Abortion
me.
is central to the history of reproductive health care in America. So here is a little bit of, let's get to the country that actually matters. You know what I mean? Enough of this bullshit. Russia, Egypt, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about America.
The only nation that matters is this
America. Abortion in America. All right. So here's Planned Parenthood. Fucking biased damn liberal source.
Right.
Leaders didn't outlaw abortion in America until the mid 1800s. From colonial days until those first laws, abortion was a regular part of life for women. Common law allowed abortion prior to quickening, an archaic term for fetal movement that usually happens around the 4th month of pregnancy.
The quickening, dude. I'm thinking of Highlander.
Yeah. There can be only one.
You experience the quickening, TJ.
I'm from Egypt. It's like, what?
Yeah, some shit. I don't know. Like, wait a minute. Why are you from Egypt? Don't ask questions.
Medical literature and newspapers in the late 1700s and early 1800s regularly referred to herbs and medications as abortion-inducing methods, since surgical procedures were rare. Reproductive care, including abortion, was unregulated in those days. It was provided by skilled midwives, nurses, and other unlicensed women's health care providers. Midwives were trusted, legitimate medical professionals who provided essential reproductive health care. Prior to the Civil War, white men were not generally involved in the kind of gynecological or obstetric? I don't know.
Yeah,
or OBGYN practices we know today. Half of the women who provided reproductive care were black women, some of whom were enslaved. Midwives also included indigenous and white women, according to an essay by Michelle Goodwin, a law professor at the University of California, Irvine. Here's something from that. Abortion was frequently practiced in North America during the period from 1600 to 1900. Many tribal societies knew how to induce abortions. During the 1860s, a number of states passed anti-abortion laws. Most of these laws were ambiguous and difficult to enforce. After 1860, stronger anti-abortion laws were passed, and these laws were more vigorously enforced. As a result, many women began to utilize underground abortion services. That's from Alliance for Perennial Research and Services in 1979. Rules banning abortion for enslaved black women. It is clear to see how deeply abortion bans are rooted in white supremacy and patriarchal strongholds when we look at the history of black women in this country. Oh, sorry, too woke. Too woke. No,
look,
woke alarm.
I'm out. Look,
woke alarm.
I was willing to listen, but now they said, "Yep, thank you for."
Do we have a? I guess we don't have that effect no more.
Dude, we need a woke effect, dude.
Yeah, we need woke. I need a woke alarm. Someone make me a woke alarm sound effect. Woke, woke,
warning,
woke. You know, something like that.
I mean, because when I saw white supremacy and patriarchal strongholds, I knew
Learn
that it was
to read,
a bunch
TJ.
of lies.
Dude, I've never used the word obstetric before or whatever the fuck. All right, like if it's an unfamiliar word. All right, hold on. I'll just fucking learn to pronounce the stupid thing.
Yeah, how do you say
it?
Obstetric. Okay.
Obstetric, TJ.
There you go. Obstetric.
Idiot.
Fucking
Fool.
asshole. Use the voice mod. You use the voice mod, bitch. The tradition of disregarding the humanity of black people is part of more than 400 years of white supremacist systems in America. Although abortion was legal throughout the country until after the Civil War, there were different rules for enslaved black women than for white women. Enslaved black women were valuable property. They didn't have the freedom to control their bodies, and slave owners prohibited them from having abortions. Under the law, white men owned black women's bodies, so enslaved women who had access to, oh my God, here's another fucking amenagogic herbs. Amenagogic herbs. Plants used to stimulate menstruation.
How to pronounce that one.
Had to make remedies to induce their own abortions in secret. When slavery was abolished in 1865, the societal control over black women's bodies remained. Today, our white supremacist culture judges black women for both having children and for having abortions, besetting them with blame for virtually any decision they make in any form of agency they take about their bodies.
But I'm telling you, it's supposed to help people, but it's doing a lot of blaming here.
A lot of blaming white people.
Look, man. Why can't it just make the same point and not have to say anything about that?
These damn black women, they out there just wanting sex, having them abortions all the damn time. And I tell you what else I hate is these damn welfare queens have about 1 million kids so they can fucking get that government handout. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, look, I'm part of the woke squad. TJ, I hear truth. I know truth.
I mean, yeah, you get the damn truth fucking in your face.
They say white supremacy. look, they ended slavery. I mean, just because one point some white people could own some black people, that doesn't mean there was any history of white supremacy.
Man, how you gonna say just because
one happened to be a slave and one happened to be the owner?
I own my dog. Does that mean there's a system of human supremacy going on? Right? That don't mean there's human supremacy happening. That's just, I care for the dog just the same way them white men used to care for the black slave, man.
Yeah, a dog ain't considered your property. You can do whatever you want with it. I guess you kind of is. But I mean, it ain't. It's your friend. It's man's best friend.
So let's learn about the rise of laws banning abortion in the U.S. Starting around the time of the Civil War, a coalition of male doctors with the support of the Catholic Church and others who wanted to control women's bodies led a movement to push state governments to outlaw abortion across the board. The male-dominated medical profession wanted to take authority from the female-dominated profession of midwives, including the authority to provide abortion. In 1910, abortion was banned nationwide. However, those with means, specifically wealthy white men, could afford to travel to skirt the law and access abortion while other people couldn't. It's very,
right.
Because there's always a way for rich people to do what they want to do. Because there's always going to be two legal systems.
Yes, my wife's going to visit Niagara Falls in Canada.
Oh, yeah,
from that side.
Tragic miscarriage while it was visiting Niagara.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible. Oh, ghastly.
So in the 1960s, gave rise to abortion law reform. In the late 1960s, 11 states liberalized their abortion laws. And in 1973, the Supreme Court established the right to access abortion nationwide in its landmark decision in the Roe v. Wade case. However, due to systemic racism, laws restricting access to abortion continue to target people. Well, this is kind of out of date because this is now dead. So we passed abortion rights in 1973, but just like Russia, we bounced around like a fucking ping pong ball, and now they're illegal again. So get ready for some more back alley abortions and child murders.
Well, that's the problem.
That's what you get.
I wish we had passed abortion laws, like the ERA or something like that. I mean, like codifying basically bodily autonomy for women in some way. There was law, but unfortunately we don't have that, so we had to rely on 50 years plus.
TJ takes criticism
legal precedent.
Well, is that sarcasm? Being sarcastic, sir? You're banned. You're banned from this.
Banned.
No, I'm not fucking with you. Whatever, it's fine. How TV lied about abortion. Oh my God, what? Now wait a fucking goddamn
TV, an unbiased and true source of all information.
If you can't trust television, what can you fucking trust, huh? You know what I mean? If you can't fucking turn on the fucking boob tube and let your brain rot away, like what the fuck?
I gotta be honest with you, TJ. It's my main source of information, entertainment, all in one. Look, like TJ, when people say read a book, I say, have you seen the movie? Because TJ, look, 2 hours, you know the whole story. I don't need every damn detail. That's what TV's for.
So in the second season of Mad Men, perpetually desperate Harry Crane needs to prove himself useful to his colleagues at Sterling Cooper. When he hears the CBS drama The Defenders is losing advertisers because of an abortion plotline, which was a 1962 real-world event, he tries to convince a lipstick company to buy airtime. The Belle Jolie executive balks at entering the debate, leaving Harry aghast at the lack of foresight. Women, he says incredulously, will be watching. He was right, but so was the Belle Jolie exec. For example, abortion on television was largely depicted as a debate in narrative form, one that pitted melodramatic anti- and pro-abortion rights stances against each other through characters audiences knew and loved. Gretchen Sisson and Katrina Kimport, researchers at the University of California, San Francisco, argued in 2014 that over time, these narratives collectively created common cultural ideas about what pregnancy, abortion, and women seeking abortions are like. The result, according to Sisson and Kimport, was an inaccurate picture. Dude, it's fucking television, all right? This is a stupid article. I'm sorry. I'm dismissing this out of hand because if you I get it that television probably does like have influence on how people perceive reality because way more people are seeing shit on television than they are actually going out and experiencing the real world. I get that, and I get that like there's like a discussion that has to be had around fucking like stuff we fucking see on TV, but like really the discussion should just be like, don't believe what you see on fucking TV. It's fiction. Right. It's fake. It's bullshit. Everything about it is bullshit. The way a character behaves in a television show and the way a real person believes in reality are not the same. Okay? There's a reason why the people on TV are super fascinating and the people in your everyday life are boring fucking shit that makes you just want to fucking go, ugh. Shut up, you mind-numbingly dull fuck. But every fucking buddy on TV is like, whoa, that's fucking, what a crazy character. Because you know what? In the real world is a stifling, horrible, miserable place where everyone is just fucking broken and just like, ugh. So yeah, don't fucking base anything in your life or any of your beliefs on something you saw on a fucking TV show because it's fucking fake, okay? Just don't do it. Because it misrepresents anything it does. Not because it's trying to, but because it wants to make things interesting. If a TV show can choose between, should we portray this issue honestly, or should we like portray this salaciously and entertain as many people as possible? Of course they choose the second thing. Dumb ass.
Man, TJ, just keep on talking as you're digging yourself a deeper hole.
The angry flag is right.
Because I'll tell you what, TJ. I'll tell you what. I have an argument I don't think you can be able to defeat.
All right, go ahead. Bring it on forth.
Reality TV. You didn't think about that one, did you? Oh, TV fake. TV, how do you explain them reality shows, boy?
Well, check and fucking mate, bro.
There, TJ, it's real. It says it's real. They could, TJ, could they say it's real?
For explaining reality. Well, I'm explaining it to the people who write articles like this, okay? Because like
TV lied about abortion.
Like, yeah, because
it made them look like a bunch of
no double shit. All right.
I mean, I guess to do with it. Spread the legs.
The problem is that no matter how stupid and no duh I think something is, there's always some idiot that really does legitimately need it laid out for them in the simplest fucking terms. And even then, they're probably still be like, he's right, TV's fake. And then they're still going to just go watch fucking an episode of like some dumbass show and be like, you know what? That show's right.
That show made it make sense to me.
The angry flag is a perfect name for a metal band.
Reality TV is scripted, fake. What a lying son of a bitch you are. How dare you? Trying to tell me reality TV is scripted? It's not just people that happen to have conflicts over and over again with the same group of people.
Yeah. The truth bomb.
That's all I could say. You know what? No, I'm sorry. They couldn't say it was reality TV. They couldn't say it was real if it wasn't real. I know you're trying to tell me, oh, there's script writers and there's directors and there's camera people and they do multiple takes. You know, it's all good and well.
I love how the whole point of your joke
that's for production
reality TV is obviously bullshit, and then someone's like, reality TV actually is fake, bro. It's like,
that's the joke.
Like, all right.
I know.
Stupid fuck.
It's all right. God bless them.
That's what I'm saying. There are people who need to explain to them, all right? Like, that's what I'm saying to you motherfuckers. Like, there's people who thought wrestling was real, like, well into the 90s and shit.
Oh, man. Dude, I remember the only time I really thought wrestling was real, and I was like, maybe 4 or 5.
Like, if you're 5,
like,
it's okay.
Yeah, I was like, is wrestling real? But by the time you're like 8 or 9, you're like, hey, wrestling is not real. It's not even approaching real.
Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was a landmark decision issued on January 22nd, 1973, in which the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a Texas statute banning abortion, effectively legalizing the procedure across the United States. The court held that a woman's right to choose an abortion was, the woman's right to an abortion was implicit in the right to privacy protected by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. Prior to Roe v. Wade, abortion had been illegal throughout much of the country since the late 19th century. During the 1973 ruling, many states imposed restrictions on abortion rights. The Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade on June 24th, 2022, holding that there was no longer a federal constitutional right to an abortion.
Wait. Yeah, never mind. The Constitution didn't specifically say that.
Changed. It changed what it said, and now it's different.
You don't have
now.
no rights. Have a good one.
Turns out we misread it. There was a typo, and oops. Is DFF scripted? Oh, you damn right. Every fucking word we're saying right now, I'm reading it on a script in front of me. I mean, well, it is, some of it is. Yeah, I mean, like, the stuff I'm reading to you on the screen is fucking scripted, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, some of it is.
I guess some of it is. I don't know.
I mean, there's like a framework.
It's up to you.
You know, you decide what's true.
Some guidelines or something, right? I don't know.
Anyway, I don't think we need to go into like the history again because we're good. But here's CBS News covering Roe v. Wade back in the day.
News headquarters in New York. This is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite and Eric Severai.
What'd you fucking say to me, bitch?
Walter Cronkite, TJ.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
This was a better time for America.
I thought you called me a hermaphrodite.
No, well, you can just tune into the news, hear it unbiased, and just have it delivered to you like the good old days.
TJ is actually Ryan Gosling in a fat suit. Dude, don't you fucking be telling people my secrets, okay? Not nice.
It's mean.
Not nice.
In New York, George Herman in Washington, Leslie Stahl in Washington, Fred P. Graham in Atlanta, Peter Kalischer in Paris, Tom Fenton in Paris, Robert Shackney in Des Moines. And tonight, a CBS Evening News special report, the energy crisis.
Huh.
The more things change, the more they stay right the same.
What is this, 1973 or 2022?
Good evening. In a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortions. The majority in cases of Texas and Georgia said that the decision to end a pregnancy during the first 3 months belongs to the woman and her doctor, not the government. Thus, the anti-abortion laws of 46 states were rendered unconstitutional. More on this story from George Herman.
In 2 related cases and 8 separate opinions, the 9 justices made abortion largely a private matter and ordered the states to make no laws forbidding it, except possibly during the final months. The court split 7-2, with Justices Byron White and William Rehnquist dissenting. In effect, the court makes abortion subject only to the decision of the pregnant woman's doctor. It ruled that states may make no laws restricting a doctor's right to decide his patient needs an abortion and to carry out that abortion during the first 3 months.
I'm kind of weirded out by how this news coverage is just like unbiasedly reporting facts and shit. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
like, shouldn't it be like all awash in like opinion and stuff? Shouldn't it be like, in a horrible decision, the nightmarish Supreme Court has declared that human life is disposable? You know,
the
like
war on America continues from the crazy court.
Like, what is all this fucking? What is all this like dry recitation of the facts going on here? I'm scared, Scotty. I'm scared.
Well, don't worry, TJ. At some point, look, the biasness is coming. Don't you worry.
Thank God. Thank Gord.
Months of a pregnancy. After that comparatively safe 3-month period, abortions may be regulated, but not prohibited by state law and for the benefit of the mother's health alone. Abortion is somewhat more dangerous at this stage, and states may insist, for example, that they be performed in regulated hospitals. Only in the final stages of pregnancy may states intervene and say no to abortion. The court's decision, written by Justice Blackmun, thus sets limits on the right to abortion on demand. One limit is the time when doctors believe the fetus may be able to survive outside the mother's womb. At that point, usually in the 7th month of pregnancy, the state may take legal action to protect the unborn child, even forbidding abortion, except to protect the mother. The newly liberalized abortion law brought in...
What an insane ruling. I'm glad it was done away with.
Lunatics. Pure and utter lunacy.
Because remember, like, the way it was always portrayed when it was the law of the land was just like any abortion, anytime, any place, anywhere. Like, remember, like, we're going to pass a late-term abortion ban.
Immediate reaction.
There's already the Supreme Court ruling already covered that. So, interesting.
I think that to raise the dignity of woman and give her freedom of choice in this area is an extraordinary event. And I think that January 22nd, 1973 would be an historic day.
Until we just decide to throw it all away like a bunch of dumb shits because we fucking vote for fucking scumbags.
Let's listen to... so we had one guy that sounded like he actually gave a shit.
Why wasn't it legislated, though? Because then how are we supposed to make it an election, a wedge issue in elections till the end of time?
Look, we need to fundraise, guys. There needs to be some fundraising going on. Are you going to raise money for those politicians? That money's not going to raise itself. It's not going to raise itself.
The video is louder than you are. I don't know what to tell you.
In this instance, the Supreme...
I mean, this is a pretty loud video, to be fair.
In this instance, the Supreme Court actually respected people's rights, and that's wrong.
You genuinely can't tell what these guys' opinions are. They're just reading the news. That's amazing. I know, isn't it? Like, I'm not saying that, like, commentary doesn't have its place, and I'm not saying that, like, there wasn't political commentary on issues back then, but like the news used to just be the fucking news. It used to just like tell you, here's like a person saying this. Like the reporters didn't have like some like, and now I'm going to fucking tell you my damn opinions. Like no one cares, bitch. I don't want your opinion. Just tell me the fucking news. Like can we get back to this? Can we do this again? No.
That'd be nice.
Because you know why? Because now we got the 24-hour news cycle. Because back then the news was like, all right, let's fucking, at the end of the day, the people turned on the news and it told them the shit that was going on in the world, and that was that. And then the newspapers, you know? But of course, there was still bias in media back then. I don't mean to fucking portray it like there was a golden age where everyone was unbiased and it was just pure, filtered truth. But like, you could get that if you wanted it. And here it is. I mean, like, here's just like a fucking example. Like, you can't, like, none of these reporters, I mean, like, they're talking to people and they're showing you the different sides, but the reporters are not taking a fucking side. They're fucking unbiased.
The Supreme Court has withdrawn protection for the human rights of unborn children, and it is teaching people that abortion is a rather innocuous procedure provided that there are proper legal safeguards. I think that the judgment of the court will do a great deal to tear down the respect previously accorded human life in our culture.
One of today's plaintiffs was an anonymous
Oh man, the more shit changes, the more it stays the same.
former
We don't care about life in this country. Oh, we don't give a shit about life. Oh, we don't love life.
Life is bad.
Yeah, if by life they mean themselves, then yes. But and about the rights of unborn or human rights, like what about the rights of women? Are those conveniently just left? Well, what about those rights? About the people living that have to raise these children? Well, that's their problem. But this unborn fetus, it has more rights. It has special rights, in fact, TJ. Don't you want to give fetuses special rights?
Yeah, special super rights.
That's what the Supreme Court did. Now fetuses have special rights.
All right, let's move on to a video of Trump. We all love Trump, right?
Look, TJ, terrific video you're about to play.
Terrific video, smartest guy.
Look, it looks great. Look at that hair right there. Beautiful.
President Trump banned partial birth abortion.
Well, look, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion. I hate it. I hate everything it stands for. I cringe when I listen to
he hates it.
the subject. But I just believe in choice.
You look, TJ, you can
How
choose that.
dare you?
Look, no, TJ, you misunderstand. You can choose abstinence, or you can choose to have a child. That's what I meant.
That's
no
what
choice.
I was saying. I never
That's
said
no
that.
choice.
That's CG Trump.
This is deep fake. Let's see what I have to say.
Maybe a little bit of a New York background because there is some different attitude in different parts of the country. And, I was raised in New York and grew up and work and everything else in New York City. But I am strongly for choice, and yet I hate the concept of abortion.
But you would not ban it?
No.
Or ban partial birth abortion?
No, I am pro-choice in every respect and as far as it goes, but I just hate it.
Wrong.
We turn to abortion.
What the fuck was that? That
TJ,
wasn't not my Trump, damn it.
Fake,
What the
TJ,
hell
have
was
you heard
that
of,
shit?
TJ, look. TJ, have you heard of the
What?
deep fakes? Have you heard of the deep fakes, TJ?
It was a deep fake. That wasn't you, was it, Mr. President?
No. That's the
That
fake.
wasn't
That's
you,
the
was
fake
it?
news media telling you lies
Okay.
about me. That's not. You heard me say those words, but that wasn't me saying it. That was Democrats
thank
putting
God.
words into my mouth. That's been edited. That's phony.
Thank God, man. How come there's literally isn't it kind of funny that we have that you can literally go find video of every single person that was instrumental in getting rid of abortion in this country saying that they have no intention of doing so? Like literally every one of the Supreme Court justices that voted for it, you can go back and see them being like, no, I'd never fucking do that.
Me, no, I have no interest.
Is like, no, I'm
Law of
totally
the land.
pro-choice.
Next
Goddamn,
one.
I
Law of the
love
land.
pro-choiceness. It's great. I love choice so much.
Law of the land, TJ. It's precedent. Legal. It's
That's
settled law.
established
Settled.
precedent, and I have no intention of overruling that. Oh, we're in charge. Overruled.
Oh, Dobbs
Overruled it
decision.
all. No abortion. No anything. No EPA regulations. Cops can kill without destroy them all.
What about gun laws? Don't worry, we'll take care of those too. Whew. Oh, thank you.
No.
My gun rights. That's the only
No
right I
gun
care about.
restrictions. You can have an atom bomb in your backyard. We don't give a shit. Yeah, America.
Oh, but people want to protest from the Supreme Court, and
Kill
then they
'em.
want to go and protest at their houses. No, look, see, freedom is good, but it's really disturbing me in my house. So, like,
Yeah, I'm trying to
watch
Wheel of Fortune in here. So, yeah, it's now my new ruling is that it's legal for cops to shoot the protesters in front of my house. Just don't get any blood on my lawn. Thank you.
No
Meanwhile,
problems.
what is Congress doing? Dude,
I'm sure Congress is, they're talking about it right now. Things are being discussed right now. People are chanting. Something's going to happen, man. Any day now, any minute now. I know the Democrats are going to get together. They're going to abolish the filibuster, which Mitch McConnell says are you going to do when the Republicans take charge, if they do take charge. And you know what? Codify abortion rights. And I heard they're going to do that any day now.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
totally confident. And by the way, Nancy Pelosi needs money. The DNC needs money because look, they're going to, those rights you just lost.
Nancy Pelosi is working on a new poem she's going to read that's going to fucking fix everything, bro. Do you stand?
I love the Democratic Party's pitch.
I've written a poem about how this is bad. Don't take away abortion because then we will be all out of proportion. Send me money. Thank you.
Don't you love the pitch they have to give you too, TJ?
Oh, yeah, if you vote for us more, we'll like do the stuff that we could have done for like all the times we should have done it, but like we didn't. But now we will, guys. So like vote for us even harder, you know?
We'll totally get back to you the rights you lost.
Vote hard. Hard. Down life's voting road. Did she seriously do that? Yeah, she read you didn't see Nancy Pelosi reading the poem? Hold on. Gotta show you this shit,
Nancy. I wish.
Yeah. Where's the fucking shit? No, that's the first time she read a poem.
Hey, it could be DeSantis versus Hillary.
Yeah.
That could be another choice.
Here you go.
Nancy Pelosi.
This is fucking Harold and Kumar here. That's what I call these guys. That's what I call the motherfuckers here. I don't know why.
Pelosi responding.
Is Kyle Kalinske living with Kumar here or Harold, whichever one? I do solemnly swear to relieve the American people of their basic rights. Yeah, of course. Kyle living with her right now, right? Is he like they're like
sure
together? Like is that happening? I don't know.
Dude,
I'm confused on that point.
I don't know what Kyle Kalinske does in his free time. I assume so, though.
To read.
I am personally overwhelmed by this decision.
Hell yeah.
From time to time, I quote.
Thank God.
This poem by Ehud Manor. He's an Israeli poet.
Wow, powerful.
I met his wife when I've been in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
Nice.
I have no other
Nice
country
flex in there.
though my land is burning. Only a word in Hebrew penetrates my veins, my soul, with an aching body and with a hungry heart. Here is my home. I will not be silent, for my country has changed her face. My country has changed her face.
Much like you, Nancy.
I shall not give up on her. I shall remind her and sing into her ears until she opens her eyes.
Does it? So to answer your question, beep bop boop. Does it even matter? It
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like we heard about wrestling earlier in this episode. It's like wrestling, dude. Whoever has the strap, it doesn't really matter. It's the same people running the show.
Yeah, that's her great poem. Anyway, let's end this abortion thing with this one. Yeah, you recognize this guy, Scotty? Beautiful man.
I don't know. Who is he?
It happens here every day.
This is one of the last places in the South where you can legally get an abortion.
It's your body. We are still free here in North Carolina. We are still free.
But that doesn't mean it's easy. Advocates say they're up against well-funded organizations that are using religion and misinformation to intimidate and harass patients.
You don't think it's traumatic jumping at someone's car as they're coming to a medical appointment? You think having an abortion is trauma? You're being...
Look, I got this Bible.
Right into the gates of hell.
You're walking right into the... No, I'm driving into it. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, and by the way, if there is a hell, we'll be seeing you there.
If there is a hell. I'll see you there.
You're going straight to hell as you have your elective medical procedure. Hey, if this guy cares so much, how many kids has he adopted? He's so busy out there fucking protesting people's right to decide what to do with their own bodies. How many adoptive kids is he raising right now currently? Is he
0.0?
They've asked all these people these questions. They don't give a shit. They don't care. This is LARPing to them. This is them acting like they're great people.
How dare you say
You're gonna
that?
go to hell. You're going straight to the fire.
You're going straight to the gates of hell. It's like, yeah, sorry, I live in America, you know? Like, it's an empty threat to me, you know what I mean?
It's like fucking, I don't know.
Anyway, Scotty, I think you got some stuff for us too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I got some stuff, TJ.
Remember
I said it would be applicable.
Show me what you got.
Like
Show me what you got, motherfucker.
I feel like those little guys that played the really crappy song and I'm about to be destroyed.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but okay. Hey,
that's from Rick and Morty. Remember?
It's Tucker. What?
Well, you're making a Rick and Morty reference, TJ.
What are you talking about? I didn't make no fucking reference.
Show me what you got. It's a Rick and Morty reference. I'm talking about the worlds that they didn't make it.
No, it's not, Scotty.
Then what is it a reference to?
I don't know. Drugs.
Oh, what is Tucker doing here?
Yeah, what you doing here, Tucker? Get out.
This isn't supposed to be a fucking Tucker.
This ain't about Tucker. Get out.
Chuck, you look a little strange, Tucker.
Go away, Tucker.
Tucker, why are you here?
In the words of George Carlin, fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
Geez, that's mean.
Yeah, it was.
I don't have this fucking even full screened.
Full screen that shit, dumbass. Stupid motherfucking dumb bitch.
Oh, it's time for us to shill our Patreon.
Patreon!
Why might you ask?
Guess what, guys? Look, after today's show, we will be doing a grease trap for patrons only. Me and Scotty going to be doing some freeform fucking bullshit, just shooting the shit, talking to you guys, talking to each other. It's going to be fucking grandiose and grand. For $7 a month, you get that. You get we've fucking, how many grease traps have we shot at this point? Fucking probably 1,000 or something. I don't know.
Bajillion.
It's been so fucking many. We've shot so many grease traps. We got so many fucking episodes that are exclusive. Friday show, which is going to have Paul on it once again. Going to be fucking the off the hook, whatever. I don't know what the fuck, off the chain, whatever people say. Off something.
Off the chain, for real.
Off your
for
fucking
real.
dick, like a diving
I don't know.
board.
What do these kids say nowadays? I don't even know.
What do them damn kids say these days? Off your fucking cock meat. Right into the fucking ether. You know what I mean?
Even more important, TJ. You got the Tucker Gauntlet coming up.
Oh, the Tucker Gauntlet's happening?
Torture D-Pad Friday. For every 10 new patrons who sign up, we will add 30 minutes to our 2-hour Tucker Gauntlet.
Oh my God, no, don't do it. What? So for every 10 patrons we get between now and then, we're going to add 30 minutes to this horrible Tucker Gauntlet? How long do we have?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
Oh, fuck.
We'll give people regular updates. I mean, it's
but
a while
how
away.
long do we have till it happens is what I'm saying. Like, what day does the Tucker Gauntlet go down?
July 20th, 3 p.m.
Oh,
normally we're doing onion nuggets, but we're going to be doing a Tucker Gauntlet instead.
That's only 16 days away. Holy shit.
That's right here. You got 17 days, though. So according to Patreon, you got
17 days away then. Fuck me.
Then you're fucked, dude. You're fucked then.
Forever. I want a JPB marathon. We know that's the one you guys want the most. And that's why.
We're going to tease you.
I mean, look, going to tease you with it for a bit.
I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
But you know what? Don't worry. I have a feeling Jordan B. Peterson might just show up at some point in the Tucker Gauntlet. You know what I mean?
You never know. You never know when he's going to show up. Well, that's enough shilling for now. Go become a patron. You're not a patron.
Go join the fucking Patreon. Please do it. We love you.
Oh, it's not what I want you to do here. What are you doing, Payne?
We need it. We need your money.
What is it accused of being Wikipedia of the show?
Hell yeah.
You said this is a deep dive, TJ. It's not really a deep dive.
Okay.
But, you know,
my bad. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like that would be like a good. I mean, I was just saying that as like a marketing word. I didn't fucking know.
You lied to people, TJ. You're a damn liar.
Marketing, lying, whatever. Same thing.
So we're going to come to some very specific Am I the Assholes, and we'll kind of get to, you guys are going to be able to participate in that as well, because why not? You guys are already
can we
here.
Make them, like, we can create polls and let them vote.
Yeah.
Or something, maybe. I don't know.
So I'm going to lay stuff out in a second, but just a brief thing if you're not familiar with this. Am I the Asshole?
Jordan Peterson exists. Libtards triggered.
Yeah,
Pretty much, though. Yeah. I mean, like when I see someone that stupid allowed to exist on the same planet as me, it is kind of triggering, to be honest with you. Because I look at him and I'm like, why is this guy allowed to have some of my oxygen? Like, why is this dude allowed to live on the same planet that I am? He shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
It's his, TJ.
It's his planet too, I guess.
It's his planet. Look, you gotta share
we are
the planet,
all
TJ.
brothers and sisters upon the face of the earth.
Point is, you guys will get that in the future, but
yeah, like this show.
Now.
That's a good idea. Like the show, you stupid cunts. Like the show right now. Because if you don't like the show, I'm gonna kill your cow.
That's mean, TJ.
I don't know if you guys have cows. I'm sorry if you don't.
So here's the Wikipedia explanation, TJ. Also referred to as AITA, is a subreddit where users post about their real world interpersonal conflicts and receive judgment from fellow Redditors.
Okay.
Some posts, such as December 2021 thread about an orange tabby named Jorts, are shared on other social media platforms besides Reddit. Wow, like this one.
Whoa.
I actually did not know the history of it, though, so... the subreddit was created in 2013 by photographer and dog rescuer Mark Bolak, to determine if he had been inappropriately mansplaining in a debate with female coworkers about the temperature of their office. He was right. He probably wanted it cooler. The subreddit gained popularity in 2018. By July 2019, it had 1 million members. It has millions upon millions of people. Enough of that information. That's how it started. Who cares about that? Keep doing thing. Just shows you to give you an idea of what the page looks like. I'm sure a lot of you have already been to this before, but if you haven't, it's basically people usually coming to ask if they're right. If you want to get down to what it really is, it's usually people want to be validated. They want to come. They want people on the internet to validate their opinions. They want to go, oh, look, here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe they don't have enough people in their real life, or they also want the validation besides the people they know. They've told the story, but it's like, I'm not fulfilled enough. I need to tell someone else on the internet my story. I need lots of strangers to tell me I'm also right.
Right.
And a lot of times, if you look at it, people usually side with the person posting the story.
Right. Well, I mean, because the person who's posting the story also has like the distinct advantage of being able to tell the story with their own framing. Like we don't get to hear the other person's side. We don't get to hear any sort of like mitigating factors that might exist or anything. It's always just like, guys, I went to my stepmom's house and she beat the shit out of me with a fucking sledgehammer and killed my baby. Am I the asshole? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
hey, look at this one here. Would I be the asshole if my spouse and I had just appetizers for wedding guests, but had a full roast chicken for ourselves at the wedding?
I would say that, yeah, I'd say that you're kind of an asshole. I don't know. Did they, were they deemed assholes by the subreddit or no?
That's pretty new. They're probably going to be labeled assholes, though. If I had to guess,
that's kind of asshole-ish. I mean, I don't think it's like totally asshole-ish, but I think it's like it's definitely a little asshole-ish, you know.
I shall prepare a feast for myself and my guests. For you, how about some hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, we're gonna sit here and eat this roast. You guys get some, some jalapeno poppers. Enjoy.
Yeah. Look, they're on sale at Sam's Club. I've heard they're real tasty. I had a couple free samples. Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
You're gonna like it, trust me. For us, filet mignon, scallops, grilled shrimp, caviar, foie gras.
Can you make this a little bigger?
Yeah, sure.
Like increase the size of this shit a little bit for me, and for them audience at home too. I think. Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I told you they would actually tie into this. So I'm the asshole refusing to help my friend get an abortion. Now, me and TJ are gonna have a vote on this.
Okay.
And you can vote asshole, not the asshole, or everyone sucks.
I mean,
people in chat can do the same.
You realize that's gonna win, right?
I mean, everyone sucks. Well, then whatever. We'll say asshole or not the asshole, just for the sake of it being.
Just for fairness. So the subreddit, by the way, has voted they are not the asshole.
Yeah, so that's what the randos on the internet have said. Fuck them. We don't care about their judgment.
Only our audience and us matter. Reddit is the asshole. People really hate Reddit.
Oh, I know.
For me, it's like, I don't know. There's like way worse places.
I think it's the raging like id of humanity they hate, really.
Yeah.
So
you want me to read this while you're doing that or whatever?
Sure, you can go ahead and do that.
I, 18 female, have a friend of 3 years, 18 female ally who can be very impulsive at times, from just being mouthy to speeding at 120 miles per hour while high off her rocker. As much as I try to help, there isn't much I can do that I know of. Usually the situation is I help her buy a plan B, or I let her stay at my house a few nights, whatever help I can give. We recently had a short falling out over her birthday, which caused her to insult me in front of my closest friends. They haven't talked to her since, but I decided to forgive her. This is relevant. I guess her actually it's not Ally, it's Allie. Sorry. Allie, who was just under 2 months ago, met Mark, 22M. And from that day they've met, have been dating. I can't say I know much about him, as she hasn't talked to me much since the beginning of the relationship. This usually happens. I'm used to it. Well, Allie called me for the first time since they began seeing each other maybe 2 weeks ago. She started with how she's practically moved in, how they are so perfect, and lastly, her intimate life. While telling me probably too much about their sex life, she tells me that she doesn't use any form of protection with him and isn't taking her birth control. She claims she's probably infertile because she's obese.
Not very
I didn't
great
know
logic.
what to say at that point. I simply corrected her. Yes, obese people can get pregnant, and that she isn't obese. I just tell her to start using protection. I know she doesn't want kids. Guess my advice came a bit late. She called me again today for the first time since that call. She's hysterically crying and telling me she's pregnant and needs my help. I started off telling her I can help her through this emotional time, blah, blah. She just pauses and says, I need your help me get an abortion. I can't get one in Texas, and I can't afford to go out of state without help. I was flabbergasted. I asked if Mark could help. She doesn't want to tell Mark, so she came to me. I simply tell Allie, no, I can't afford to help her. Neither is it my responsibility to help. I see the sadness turn to anger, and she brings up how I abandoned her on her birthday, and I could do this to redeem myself. I ended the call, and she's been spamming my phone all day. I feel like I'm the asshole because this is the most help she's ever needed, but not only is it too much for me, both financially and mentally, but I can't save the day every time she screws up. I'm exhausted. I'm just afraid this will break her.
So is she the asshole?
What?
So is she the asshole?
Is the person writing this the asshole? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's what we're here to determine. I mean, obviously you can say Allie's an asshole too.
Well, Allie is definitely a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Allie sounds totally irresponsible.
If this story is accurate, then yes. Allie is a piece of shit. She's like one of these motherfuckers that just thinks that she can like be a fucking selfish, irresponsible piece of shit and just do whatever the fuck she wants. And then, other people are always supposed to fucking perpetually bail her out of the fucking shit she gets into. And then she has this entitlement where she thinks that, everyone's just supposed to drop everything and help her dig her way out of the fucking bullshit that she got herself into. These kind of people suck. And the moment you're in trouble and need their help, they're nowhere to be fucking found. You know that if the situation were reversed, this Allie bitch like tough titty now. Life sucks,
she have a million excuses.
So I don't blame this fucking woman at all for not wanting to help her stupid friend. Your friend is a piece of shit. You shouldn't even be friends with her. Your other friends who have fucking cut her out of their lives seem like they made the right call. This is a toxic fucking person. Remove them from your life like the fucking I don't know, a wart,
but
a cyst.
Well, she should be able to get access to health care, and she should be able to get an abortion.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's not your fault. You didn't overturn Roe v. Wade. You didn't
but her friend personally.
She goes and fucks some guy. You tell her like use protection. She doesn't do it. She gets pregnant, and then you're supposed to fucking pay for her to get an abortion.
Yeah,
because why? What was your responsibility in any of this? Because you're her friend? I mean, maybe if she was actually a good friend to you, but it sounds like she's a shitty friend, so fuck her. Like, that's her own fucking burden to bear. If she can't fucking scrape the money together to get out of that fucking state, then that's not your responsibility to pay for her fucking abortion. Like, what did you had nothing to do with it. She needs to go fucking tell her boyfriend, get his ass to cough up the money.
Well, obviously, I'm assuming that this Mark person probably is either doesn't even know she's pregnant or is probably going to be against her terminating the pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
But who knows?
I mean, the only fucking thing I could say is that, it'd be good. I mean, like, The only fucking way I can say that this is like a bad thing is that, you know, because Allie reproducing sounds like a nightmare. Like, I hope Allie does get her abortion. So I am rooting for that, but it's certainly not like, why is it?
What if she doesn't, though?
Why would the fucking financial burden of her abortion fall on your shoulders just because you know her? Like,
but do you think okay, let's look at it this way though. If you know Allie is totally irresponsible, and she's probably not going to be responsible with this kid, she's probably going to take care of this kid. Is it perhaps better to just deal with that in that way? So I mean, like, obviously society has failed her, but if she already knows this person's highly responsible, couldn't an argument be made like, yeah, it's not your responsibility to do it, but you know the best course of action is to help her get this abortion.
I honestly feel like most people who voted yes in our poll were voting that because they thought that they were voting on whether or not Allie was the asshole. I don't think any of the people who voted yes understood that they were voting on whether or not the narrator is an asshole.
Yeah,
because I can't.
The person telling the story.
I don't think there's any fucking human being on the face of the earth that could honestly read this situation and be like, yes, you should. You know, you have to help Allie get her abortion. You have to. It's your. I mean, I don't know if there's someone like that in here, then. Fuck them. I don't even want you as a fan. Unsubscribe and go fuck yourself because you're a fucking moron. Like,
come on,
really dumb. What?
All right, so let's look at the poll.
Because there's literally no justification for it.
Yes,
like,
is at 43%.
What would the argument
no,
be that what would the argument be that the narrator's an asshole for not paying for her fucking asshole friend's abortion? Like, why would that be any of her responsibility whatsoever?
I do feel like she probably should have an abortion, and I think Allie's instincts are probably correct. But yeah, it's also can't be someone else's responsibility to make sure you go to it, especially if it's just like your friend. It's not like a government thing. It's not like you're like, there's organizations that would also, I guarantee, would help Allie if she really.
The subreddit is not looking for both sides of the story or other nuances. We've already fucking went over the flaws of the fucking premise of the subreddit.
Oh yeah, we fully understand.
It is one-sided. Maybe there's a lot. Maybe there's shit going on here that this woman is not telling you about. Like, maybe Allie helped her in a fucking similar situation and is just expecting, like, hey, you're being a terrible friend to me. I've done so much for you, and now you're turning your back on me when I need you the most. If that's the case, then this narrator is the asshole. But we don't know that. Based on the information that's available right here in front of my very eyes, Allie is the fucking asshole, not
the person telling the story could be completely full of shit. She could have been fucking helping Mark stick his wick in Allie. You know what I mean? And then like, oh, I have nothing to do with it. But as it's presented here, that's what we're making the judgment based on.
Right. So, like, we can only fucking base the judgment on the available facts. We can't fucking, you know.
We can't know more than that. Yeah.
We can't know more than what's present on the fucking page. You know, we can't.
You are not clear enough.
Define what's going on beyond the veil of this reality.
Okay.
You guys feel like Paul talked too much this episode?
I do.
Real poll should be, is TJ the asshole? There's no fucking point in having that poll.
We already asked that anyway.
Scotty actually asked that at the top of the episode, and it was declared that I am. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm an asshole for forcing my brother and his girlfriend to get an abortion. So
yeah,
we come around full circle.
But he's been voted not the asshole. So what is this going on? Wait, okay, I got to read the story. So I'm a 20, or do you want to read it?
I'm gonna set up the poll. I'm gonna make it very specific.
Okay, so
no one can be confused.
Is the narrator the asshole or what? I don't know. So I'm a 24-year-old who moved out of their parents' place. Don't make the poll live until we've read the whole thing too.
I'm not going to.
So I'm a 24-year-old who've moved out of their parents' place a couple years back. My parents are terrible people and were very cruel to me and my brother growing up. I've very much enjoyed the space to myself, and it has been the only time in my life I've truly felt safe. My twin brother, Zach, didn't move out and was also pretty miserable living with my parents. About 8 months ago, he asked if he and his girlfriend, Kat, could stay with me for a while, as he started school a couple years after me, and isn't financially in a place where he can afford his own place. Knowing how shitty my parents are and how much of a good guy and gal Zach and Kat are, it really wasn't much of a decision. I just told them to chip in when they can, and as long as I'm not paying for their food or anything like that, it's chill for the time being. Things have been fine, and Zach and Kat have been nothing but respectful to me in my place. The place is on the smaller side, but Zach is usually at school or work, and Kat works a good amount of time. I'm usually not super bothered by it. Their plan has been to love out once. I think they meant move out.
Love out?
Move out
Whoa, what is
once
love out?
Zach
Move
graduates, which will probably be in 2023 at the rate he's going. So I'd most likely be living with them another 1.5 to 2 years.
But it sounds like they're not layabouts or anything.
Right. So
You
he's
know what I
saying that
mean?
they moved in with him, but they're not like taking advantage. They're being responsible roommates. Now, that wasn't much of an issue to me, as they don't really have anywhere to go. And I totally get not wanting to move back in with our parents. The thing is, though, about a week ago, they revealed to me they were pregnant. While I think it's awesome and I'm excited for them, this severely throws a wrench into our living arrangement. I really can't deal with a baby living with us for the extended future. I'm someone who's very sensitive to noise and suffers insomnia, so a crying baby would literally make my life hell on earth. When I asked them what they were planning to do, they said they were going to keep it, as Kat doesn't believe in abortion, and they feel as if they'd make good parents. They definitely would. They're great people. I said, oh, well, congrats then. We ended the conversation there for that night. The next day, I asked them what their plans were for housing in the near future, as they knew about my sleeping condition and knew how I'd feel with a baby/toddler in the house. They said they'd have to stay here, and they didn't really have anywhere else to go. I told them that won't be happening for reasons stated earlier. They both got very upset and accused me of forcing them to abort their baby. TLDR, am I the asshole for not allowing my brother and his girlfriend to continue living with me if they have a baby? Yeah, I could see how this is kind of a tough situation. Because you love your brother and you obviously feel like they're good roommates and stuff, but I could totally understand not wanting to live with a screaming baby. You're the one doing them a favor. So it's your roof, you're paying the bills, you make the fucking rules. They're there out of your charity and generosity. So, yeah, I think you're not.
It's
the
up to
asshole.
you.
But I can
Now, they are living
I
with
can
you.
see how maybe people would think you're the asshole in this situation. But from my perspective, I think I'm pretty fucking definitively on your side on this one.
So, I mean, not only that, but there obviously is a legal process because they legally live with him. So you'd have to evict him if they refuse to leave.
Right. So legally speaking, there might be some sort of, there might be some sort of fucking impediment here to that. It depends on how long they've lived with them. It depends on the state. It depends on what the subleasing laws are. Now, maybe the landlord might even be like, hey, what the fuck? You got people living here that I don't even know about. I don't know if they're on the lease or not.
Yeah, there's
a lot of stuff like that. That's kind of like, who knows? There might be, legally speaking, you might actually have difficulty kicking them out of your place. But morally speaking, I'm not here to fucking weigh in on the legality of it because I'm not a fucking lawyer. But just like morally and ethically speaking, I think you're within your rights to kick them out if they want to, have a kid. If they
they're changing the arrangement. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you agreed to a particular arrangement and they're trying to change the arrangement by, backdooring another human being into the equation, one that's going to be a screaming fucking banshee. That's going to disrupt your already fucking, already fucking difficult to maintain sleep cycle. And I understand because I'm an insomniac myself. I have a very difficult time sleeping. I certainly would not want that element introduced into my life, especially when I'm the breadwinner for the fucking household. So you're definitely within your rights to tell them to fuck off.
Y'all are generally fucked up. Do you mean the people that are kicking them out of the house? Talking about us?
Yeah, who's genuinely fucked up? Explain yourself.
Are you saying that this guy should be he's already taken them in, but he should also have to have the baby there, even though they're changing up the arrangement? So you'd be fine if someone just brought a baby into your life and was like, here you go. Oh, if you don't do it, you're inhumane.
So if you fucking were like, okay, if you let your brother and his girlfriend come live with you, and then they're like, we're having kids, and you're like, that's gonna really fuck my sleep cycles up. I don't really want to do that.
You have no humanity. You're evil.
Well, you're shit.
Yeah, they already saying like, yeah, he'd have to also contribute to the child living there because it's already living in his place. I understand if he went to live with them and he was like throwing a fit about that, that'd be different. Like, why do you have so many kids? Then he'd be the asshole. It's his house. He let them live with him. If he doesn't want them to have the baby, it's not even saying that. He said, congratulations, but you can't live here.
I'm still waiting on Sully to explain what his
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was like confused about. It's like, what? Like,
so like,
he's
not
saying he wants them to abort it.
If there's another point of view on this, I mean, I'm willing to listen to it.
Yeah, like, what is it?
Yeah, but I want to know what it is.
Yeah, is it just saying like, hey, you should accept them no matter what? It might be a burden to you, but and even if it affects your life personally, you have to make a sacrifice for the greater good to help your
You know,
family.
it's so often though when people fucking make these statements and then you ask them to explain themselves, they just vanish.
I mean, I agree. It does suck for both parties, and that's the thing too. Yeah, it sucks for him because I don't think he
it's
wants
a rough
to fucking
situation
put him in that
because
position.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fucking be in the situation where I'm having to tell those people that, like, hey, I really don't want to live with this baby. You know, like I understand the living arrangement, but it's so selfish about it. Like, I'm sorry, I guess different values, but if my sister was in the same position, I'd try to make sacrifices. I mean, but that would be your choice. Right? Like you would have the option to do that, but you're not. I mean, like you don't know this person. You don't know what his, like, if this person has a fucking difficult sleep cycle and insomnia and he does not feel like dealing with a screaming baby, and that's going to fucking disrupt his quality of life. But I get it. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, you feel like, you know, have some sort of obligation to your sibling, but like, really, like, don't you feel like you've already met that obligation by giving them a place to live and an escape from their shitty parents? All you're asking them to do is not fucking introduce this new element of a baby into the fucking equation. And if they want to do that, they need to go somewhere else. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It feels very reasonable to me. I don't think there is any lack of humanity to this.
Well, I guess my fiance is currently pregnant, so I'm partial about this at the moment. Well, I mean, hey,
I don't think you mean impartial, but yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying that you're biased.
Yeah, you're saying you have your bias, but I mean,
impartial
look,
means you're unbiased, which you're clearly not.
And look, plenty of people would do what you're doing. I'm not saying that's wrong. This guy is saying that is he the asshole for doing that? And I guess you'd be one of the people that voted. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Now maybe there's maybe there is a more unconventional, thing they could do. I don't know. Maybe if there's, it sounds like this is a one
soundproof the room,
but maybe there is some kind of like soundproofing arrangement that could be done, or something like that, or maybe maybe there's some other fucking solution that's not obvious to this. I don't know.
And this guy might be having a knee-jerk reaction too. He might change his mind. I mean, a lot of times people do.
Maybe these people could agree to put in more money or work a little hard. I don't know. Maybe there's something can be done. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. There could be a solution, but obviously he's asking it based on the current set of circumstances. And I mean, I wouldn't say
this does feel like a no good deed goes unpunished kind of situation.
I think it sucks for everyone, to be honest. I think it's one of the ones where there should be a sucks for everyone category because I don't generally.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that necessarily.
I don't think they're bad people for having a kid. You know what I mean? Like, especially
I don't think the people who are trying to have this kid are necessarily assholes either. I don't think they're the asshole. Maybe it's kind of asshole-ish to try to frame it in this like you're forcing us to have an abortion because that's clearly not what's going on. You have other options.
That's some very manipulative language.
That's pretty emotionally manipulative fucking language. But I get it. I get that you're in a desperate situation. You don't want to go back to live with your parents. You want to have this kid, but you also want to have a stable environment as a home and shit. So I don't really think anyone's necessarily the asshole in this situation, but I do think that I understand both. I understand both sides' position, but I think this
it's honestly pretty. I think it's honestly pretty rare for these, especially with someone writing one narrative to see it that way. But this is a kind of a rare one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want it to be applicable to what you were talking about with your episode, and I think it really is. Now, this one, Reddit was not as kind.
Poll too. There we go.
Reddit was not as
kind. The poll, by the
way,
was about 69% said no, they're not an asshole. 30% said they were.
Yep. And
I would like that. 30% seems really high to me. I'd really like to talk to some of these people who see this differently and fucking figure out how their minds work because
I think
it's very alien to me. To me, it's very cut and dry.
I think some people view it like, Sully did. I think it was kind of explained. It's like, look, I would be the kind of person that no matter what, because they're a family, we're going to make this work. And I don't think everyone has that mentality. I think a lot of people, a lot of people do.
Mentality. Like, if I'm doing you a favor and you fucking try to start pressing me for more shit, fuck you.
Look, that's what I'm saying. But some people are not like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's why these things are interesting because it kind of makes you think about, honestly, a lot of time, I think it's people put themselves in that position. Like,
that must be. I think that is it. I think a lot of times people don't really see outside of their own perspective. So they think about what they would do. And then they're like, that person's an asshole because they're not doing the same thing I would do. It's like, you have to be able to fucking put yourself in someone else's mindset. You can't just apply everything as if you're the one doing it.
Yeah, you got to walk a mile in their shoes and think about it from that.
I think some people have difficulty with that level of empathy, I guess.
That is true. All right. I guess we'll make the new poll. Like I said, when TJ finishes reading it, this is a pretty short one. So,
okay. So am I the asshole for not wanting to be a dad? I'm already going to say no, but apparently the subreddit has deemed him an asshole. So let's see what the story is here. I male, 29, had a child when I was 19. I wasn't ready to be a dad, and I asked her to get an abortion. She refused, and we decided she could keep the baby and I'll pay child support, but I wouldn't be involved in her life. I didn't tell my family about it. 3 months ago, I was at work. I received a lot of angry messages from my parents asking me if I have a child. Apparently, my ex told them everything because she is sick and wants someone to look after the kids since her own family refused to do so. They were mad at me, telling me it was very selfish to hide their grandchild from them. I'm an only child, and she is their only grandchild. They agreed to look after her and brought her into our home. Yes, I live with my parents to help with them with expenses. I told them that I can't stop them from doing this, but I still don't want to be her dad, and they agreed. She has been living with us for the past 3 months, but everyone forgot about our agreement. 2 days ago, my parents left her with me to go somewhere. I told them I don't want to babysit, but no one listened to me. As soon as they left, she started coming to my bedroom with different excuses. I finally got annoyed and told her to go to her room and not to come out until her grandparents came home. My parents came back and freaked out when they found out. They called me an asshole for being a horrible dad, but I never wanted to be a dad. I made it clear several times. Am I the asshole? So this one is kind of weird because, yes, you are the asshole, but I think you're also acting within your rights as a human being. Like, I think personally that you're kind of a dick, but I don't actually disagree with your right to do the things that you've done. I don't think you should have to take responsibility for a kid that you didn't want. You've made the arrangement clear to the woman before she had the baby that you didn't want to be involved in its life. You made it like you've communicated what your intentions are every step along the way.
Yeah, like I'll give you full custody. I will pay child support.
Asshole intentions? Yes. But are they your intentions that you have every right to as an individual? Also, yes, in my opinion. So I would have to say you're the asshole, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, he's the asshole because of the way he treated the kid, for sure. But I mean, he said explicitly he didn't want the kid. He said he didn't want to. And like, look, I wouldn't say it's babysitting if it's your own kid, but when it's a kid that you say you have no desire to have in your life, no desire to be around, like you don't want to be a father, then yeah. I mean, and the way he acts, he's like, yeah, go to your room, don't come out. Like that is kind of like almost I mean, I wouldn't say it's abusive, but it's almost borderline on that kind of behavior, like forced social isolation. Especially if, like your parents are, you're living with them. I mean, so it's a very complex situation. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, should he be forced to be a dad? No.
Yeah,
like, can he be a decent human being? He can be.
This is a rare example of like where I feel like he's the asshole, but he's not wrong. And I mean, like, I feel like this subreddit really should be like, am I wrong? He's not wrong. He is an asshole, but he's not wrong. And I think other people around him are also behaving like assholes. This woman who had this kid and then expects him to be involved in it.
Yep.
Even after he explicitly told her from the fucking word go, I'm not going to be. He paid his child support. His parents who decided they were going to involve this kid in their life, like there's some entitlement to the kid as like, oh, well, you didn't tell us about our grandchild. It's like, because I don't take any, because I'm not the father, all right? Like I'm biologically the father, but I have no intention of taking on that role. And then people keep trying to force him into this fucking role that he's made clear at every stage. I have no interest in that.
And her own family too. I mean, everyone sucks.
And then her family's an asshole because they won't watch the fucking kid.
Yeah. Well, this is all the kind of the whole crux about abortion itself. I mean, especially like, look, the woman had a right to choose in this case, and she made this choice.
I think I think a man has the right to choose too. A man has a right to be like, I don't want this. I'm not gonna fucking do. I mean, like. I personally,
his legal obligations.
This is going to be a more controversial opinion, but I personally don't even think he should have to pay child support if he makes that clear from the fucking get-go that it's like, no, I'm not.
The mother is 100% manipulating the parents. Yes, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's doing what she needs to do. But look, I mean, I understand her position to an extent too, because as a mother, it's kind of her job to some degree to like ensure her child's future no matter what. So if she has to do some underhanded shady shit and be the asshole to get her kid ahead in life and to get that kid the support network it needs, then she's going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, she clearly did here. I mean, these like,
look, people always think that like being like, this is the problem is like we associate being the asshole and being wrong as the same thing in this culture. And that's the fallacy that I think this subreddit fucking most of all brings up. You can be the asshole and be right. In fact, in my opinion, a lot of times the asshole is right. But of course, I would think that.
I mean, naturally. I don't know. These are really tough situations because you have someone that has walked away from the very beginning, never entertained it. Like, maybe I'll be a dad. It's like, I don't want to be a dad. I'm not ready. I'm not responsible enough. You should probably get an abortion. And this woman's like, no, I want to have the kid. Okay, I'll pay you the money every month. I'm sick. I can't take care of the kid. I mean, what he probably should have done is actually signed away his legal rights completely. I mean, he should have probably done some legal thing. But then I don't think he told his parents because he knew they would not fucking accept it. It's one of the situations where he's not being honest. You know, I would say that, I mean, overall,
Why
she
did the
was honest
dude
with
nut
him.
in her then? I would imagine that was probably more of like an impulsive decision of the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't think it was well thought out.
Let's see you turn down fucking, like, you're horny. There's a pussy. You know, I mean, like, let's see you turn it down because your fucking ass is thinking about like the long-term ramifications of shit.
Yeah,
give me a break.
How's it going to affect my financial net worth 17 years in the future?
You ain't gonna be thinking none of that shit. You'd be like, God damn,
damn,
a wet hole I could stick my cock in. Wow.
This kid is going to end up in a hot car too long. Yeah.
Like, you know, like I mean, maybe you're some Vulcan motherfucker that can just be like, it is not logical, but like most people ain't wired like that. If you fucking all boned
calculated nutting.
Yeah, and there's like some kind of fucking bitch that's just like, yeah, fuck me. You're not going to be like, oh, should I? And if you are, like, I don't know, kind of a pussy, in my opinion.
I always think ahead.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. You a smart guy.
I'm too stoned.
We're all too stoned. It's fine. I actually am not stoned at all. I'm going to smoke weed after this.
So let's see overall what our poll has said. So we got 135
they're saying yes, he's
votes.
the asshole, but it's pretty split. It's not, you know. But I mean, I think he's, I mean, you know.
Yeah, if you want to vote, let's get these votes in. 136 votes. Who's the asshole here?
I don't know.
I mean, look, this guy doesn't want to be a dad, ends up having to be a dad, and is like, no, piss off. I don't want to be a dad.
I don't want it, damn it.
Is he the asshole? I mean, is she the asshole or the parents the assholes? You know, I think everyone's kind of the asshole. Besides, the kid.
There's a lot of assholes in this one.
Like, I mean, the kid just, you know, they have me born to a bunch of people that
speaking of
really
that,
don't want them.
Speaking of that, you know, if he had fucked the asshole, none of this would be a problem. So
that's true. If he had gone, if he went purely anal, this probably wouldn't be an issue unless it would have dripped out.
I guess
maybe it would have happened anyways. You know,
maybe.
You never know.
Probably not. I don't know.
Out of both options, Scotty. Well, if we do that,
way,
then we can't really determine it. So, TJ, what are you voting? Officially, what is your vote going to be?
I would say my vote is he an asshole? Yes. Is he the asshole? No. My vote is no.
Just go ahead no. I'm going with these, you know, this is a tough one. I definitely like to put a both, but, you know, we discussed that. We want to be black and white. We don't want to fucking have any nuance here because, you know, look, we're not nuanced people. I'm going to go he is the asshole. I think he is. I think other people are definitely assholes too. But if a moment that was forced upon him, he should have probably just done basic human decency. I think that's where he failed. If you just been like, look, here's a fucking sugary drink or some shit, and let's watch these cartoons, and then you just have a talk with your parents of like, no, I'm not doing this, and this isn't happening again. If you're gonna do it, I'm gonna leave the house. Like, I'm not going to be the one to take care of the child. I mean, I know it sounds fucked up to some people, but if he doesn't want to be a dad, do you want him to be forced to be a dad? Not a good idea.
TJ stole my comment verbatim. I'm on it. What did I do? What I dry spells does nothing to a man. I didn't steal your comment. Where you? I don't see no comment. You son of a bitch. Lying motherfucker.
He's honored though.
I didn't steal his comment. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Look, I'm gonna see you.
What comment I stole? Oh well, whatever. Next. Am I the asshole for telling my pregnant daughter that my husband and I will have nothing to do with raising her baby in front of the entire family?
Woo!
Hello. And by the way, the subreddit has deemed them not the asshole. Hello, I am a 56-year-old mother to 33-year-old Kelly and grandmother to 16-year-old Opal. Kelly became pregnant with Opal at 16. My husband, Eddie, and I have always believed in having the right to choose. However, Kelly insisted that she wanted to keep the baby and not give it up for adoption. We helped a lot as Kelly was only 17 when Opal was born. However, Kelly would rarely help with parenting even when she was available. Even asking her to watch Opal for an hour while we ran errands was an issue. It was rare that Kelly wouldn't complain about why she had to be there to look after Opal. So basically, just a spoiled teenage brat that has this kid and then makes her parents be the parents.
Right.
We've seen this situation before.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it before.
Kelly
too.
chose not to attend college after graduation. She had a job with a flexible schedule, yet she rarely made herself available for Opal. Kelly was only home to sleep or get dressed for some party. She also relied on us to purchase supplies and book appointments for Opal. Eddie and I would have serious talks with Kelly that she needed to step up as a parent. Kelly would only make empty promises and never follow through on them. Kelly moved out when Opal was 6. Kelly comes around maybe once a fortnight and for holidays, but Eddie and I have been the ones to raise Opal. Opal is doing extremely well. She has good friends, plays tennis, participates in volunteer projects, and plans to be a marine biologist after graduation.
Nice.
The school year ended for Opal last week, so we had a nice dinner to celebrate her good grades. Kelly came along with several other family members. We were all chatting and enjoying dinner together.
That's fucked up right there, man. Like, I know I'm gonna let you probably just read through it, but I mean, like, Kelly, so her mom, oh yeah, it's real good, kid. Real good. I'm gonna come around for your birthday. Oh yeah, you did real good at school. I don't know. This is just like definition of shitty parent.
Kids never fail to emulate their parents. I blame the parents. You didn't do your job. Now you're whining about it. Dude, this idea that like you have this tremendous impact over how your kids and their behavior is like not scientifically sound. It's actually shown
ridiculous.
that upbringing has very little to do with how a person turns out.
The very beginning of their life, maybe. That's
a little bit. It's actually like the influence of parents on adult behavior is actually way, way, way overestimated in this culture. Look into the research. The school year ended for Opal last week. We had a nice dinner to celebrate, blah, blah, blah. We were chatting and enjoying dinner together when Kelly stood up to make the announcement. She announced to us she's pregnant with her boyfriend's child. We already were upset because this was supposed to be Opal's special moment, and Kelly announcing her pregnancy was completely inappropriate. Eddie and I said nothing, and Kelly started to say how she and her new boyfriend were so busy with life right now. Eddie and I interrupted Kelly and told her we would have nothing to do with raising this new baby and would not be providing anything for it, supplies, childcare, etc. Kelly flipped out and an argument ensued. Kelly called us heartless and claimed we were willing to throw our grandchild away.
Fuck no. Oh, wait
Eddie
a minute.
And I called her selfish for expecting us to raise it. Hold on.
Wait
to
a
raise
minute.
Another child. We were too old to raise a baby. Kelly is 33 and needs to grow up. Give the baby up for adoption or be a parent or raise it yourself.
Kelly is 33 and is mad. Her parents like, that's great. But we've done with Opal. We agreed to do this because Opal's already here. But we're just telling you going on down the road, if you're going to pull this shit again, being a 33-year-old, that we're not going to fucking raise the child for you. You fucking piece. And then heartless and selfish. When they took in your child and raised it as their own, well, they didn't have to. But they're heartless because they're not going to keep propping your fucking lazy ass up. It seems like your parents made their biggest mistake was having Kelly. Maybe Kelly should have been fucking goddamn aborted.
Kelly left in tears. Now the family has broken into sides. The ones agreeing with Kelly say that we adopted Opal and are sending a message that we don't care about our newest grandchild. Others are saying we should have taken her aside privately instead of shooting her down in front of everyone, and our reaction was cruel. Eddie and I feel we had to be blunt with Kelly and not sugarcoat reality.
No, they needed to be.
Opal likes to show us stories from here sometimes, so I thought it would be a good place to ask for a neutral perspective. Am I the asshole? Edit. Opal is always able to express her feelings with me or Eddie. Opal also has a therapist who is available to speak whenever she needs it. Opal visited the therapist weekly during middle school, but now hasn't needed to see him more than once a month. We'll be taking Opal on a mall trip to make up for what happened at the celebration dinner. We spoke privately to Opal after this incident, and she knows that we in no way view her as a burden. Our granddaughter is a blessing, and many of our happiest moments involve supporting Opal and watching her grow up. But Opal is 16. She doesn't need the kind of constant attention and care that a newborn baby does. We are now too old to be able to adequately raise a newborn baby, even if we wanted to. The biggest problem is that Kelly is now an adult and needs to start acting like one. Kelly is supposed to outlive us. The reality is that Eddie and I aren't going to be alive for her or her children's entire lives. It is why Kelly needs to accept that she cannot expect us to take on her responsibilities and must be independent. Edit number 2. Several people have informed me that the part where Kelly expects us to raise the new baby was unclear, so I apologize for that. I thought it was self-explanatory, but realized none of you actually experienced what happened. Kelly talked about how busy she and her boyfriend were with their lives, then began to talk about how grateful she was that we would always look after her grandchildren. and how since we had gained so much joy from raising Opal, we would be even happier raising this second baby. After Eddie and I called her out, Kelly confirmed that she had been expecting us to adopt and raise this second baby as well. Kelly said how she and her boyfriend did not have time to raise the baby, but putting up the baby for adoption would be throwing it away. She assumed we, at almost 60 years old, we would have no troubles or opposition to raising a newborn baby. All right. So let me just say this. All right. The second, like, you should have, like, Kelly. I mean, I guess you got Opal and shit, and she seems like she's pretty legit, but Kelly is a fucking piece of shit. And 100%. You should just, like, I know she's your daughter and it's probably hard to do, but just like, I would just like snip that, nip that in the bud. This fucking bitch is a psycho. This is like entitlement on a level that is like beyond belief.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a kid. It's gonna be real nice, and I want the photo op of having a child, and go, yeah, I have a baby. Here you go. I'm gonna go live my life now. I'm really too busy to raise a kid.
I'm like too busy with life and stuff to raise it, but like, you guys did such a good job with Opal, so like, here you go. Here's another baby to be saddled with.
I mean, this is not even rare either. I've heard tons of stories of people doing this. I've known people in my life that have done this with their kids because it's just like, no, I don't want to change my lifestyle. You take the kid. I'm totally irresponsible. I have to go party now. Bye.
I would say that this is like this Kelly bitch, if it's described, if she's as she's described here, is like pure unmitigated evil. She's not even just an asshole. She's just like a fucking evil sociopath, and should probably just, like, I don't know. I hope she dies in a car crash or something, because this sucks.
So we got 90 votes in. Yeah, I mean, look, we got almost 650 people watching. Let's keep voting. Yes at 12%, no 69%, and they all suck at 19%.
Yeah, I don't really feel like
I'm not really seeing how they suck.
I don't really feel like the grandparents suck here. Like, they fucking literally raised one of this bitch's kids, and it seems like the kid is doing good. Which also, by the way, kind of just shows you that the parent, like, shows you how little parenting has to do with it, because you have Kelly, who's a total piece of shit, and Opal, who seems like she's actually got a future and might actually become a fucking decent human being that contributes to the world.
I mean, can you imagine your mom having to show up, like, not because, like, oh, your parents divorced, so you gotta go to your mom's house or your dad's house or whatever. It's like your mom basically shows up because you did good and goes, hey, babe, hey, Opal, how you doing? Oh yeah, it's a special day. It's great. I still have an announcement, everybody. Yeah, I know it's Opal's big day, but just listen here, look at me. We're having another baby. And hey, guys, good news. More grandkids for you to raise. Well, I go off and do whatever the fuck I want. Sounds good, right? Fuck you, no. What? This woman's out of her fucking mind. If this is a real story, then Kelly is literally insane. She expects other people to just basically, they're almost 60. Oh, so time you're like almost 80 if you're alive. Be taking care of my kids. It's like, no, they've already done that for you once. Like, they ain't doing it again. You want to have a kid? That's great. You take care of that child. I mean, like, it's so fucking clear. I don't even know. Yeah, they all suck. I don't get it. Like,
yeah,
but hey, I guess
this one is probably this is the most cut and dry. It's not even, there's not even like a nuance here to be considered. Kelly sucks.
Yeah, Kelly sucks. Shoot Kelly into the sun, please.
I don't know if I'd burden the sun
poll
with that fucking load. Jesus.
I'm in the poll. I consider every vote that was yes to be a troll vote. Come on.
So you got any more?
I think we do. Oh, tab.
Am I the asshole for not being happy that my sister is pregnant again? Throw away because I don't want my family tracking this back to my main. My sister got knocked up by her boyfriend right out of high school, got married the next year, then proceeded to pop out another baby every year or two. So she now has 4 at 24. She's a stay-at-home mom, even though she was brilliant and could have gotten a free ride to a great university. Since hers are the only grandkids, our parents fawn over her like she's the next coming of Christ. They gush over every new tooth or haircut like it's some huge achievement.
Oh, look at it.
Problem is, her husband's business wasn't great even before COVID and is barely limping along now. Sister doesn't work, and my parents have limited income. So guess who's constantly being told to lend them money for shit like school fees, car seat, car payment, new stroller, etc. They don't even ask. My mom just texts me, your sister needs X amount of dollars for the kids. And I'm supposed to
not to
cough
mention
it up.
being and not even being honest. Oh, we need this money for the kids. Like, no, you need the money for you.
If I complain, they accuse me of being jealous because I don't have a husband and family, even though I'm older. I'm only 26.
Yeah, spinster. 26. You should have had 3 children by now. How dare you?
So over Easter, I noticed my sister isn't drinking, and I think, oh God, here we go again. Sure enough, she stands up to announce she's been inseminated with yet another precious miracle. Everyone's gushing, and I just try to stay quiet and out of the way. Later, she asked me if everything's all right, and I try to play it off, but she pushes, so I ask her if she and her husband could really afford another baby. She very simply replies, God will provide like he has so far, which really pissed me off. I yelled that no, God didn't provide for her babies. I did, and I wasn't going to give them any more handouts. It devolved into a big argument with everyone shouting at me, and basically I've been banned from the family unless I apologize. I haven't apologized.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's been radio silence except for one text from my mom saying that my sister miscarries. It's my fault for stressing her out. I asked if my sister was showing any symptoms, but no one will answer or tell me. I don't know. I don't think I'm the asshole, but I don't want to be the reason she miscarries. Also, I think I might be the asshole because I secretly think it's better if she did, even though I wouldn't say that to her. It absolutely would be better if she did. And you are not the asshole, and you should let your family cut you out. Like being kicked out of the family, it may seem like it's like a negative thing now, but it's not. This is actually a good thing for you.
Yeah, and you're supposed to cough up every time.
Your family sucks balls, and the idea that because you're the fucking only one in the family who's responsible and has money, that you should fucking finance your sister pumping out more units because she can't keep her fucking legs closed. Give me a break. No fucking way. Fuck your sister. Fuck your parents. Yeah. They're all a bunch of stupid fucking imbeciles. Get the it's no great loss to fucking not have them in your life. Say, if you have the emotional strength to do so, get out.
I mean, and it, like, yet again, the emotional manipulation. If she miscarries, it's because of you. It's like because I'm not an ATM. I'm supposed to be an ATM for my fucking sister.
I hope she does. Like, fuck off.
I mean, look, her parents have limited income. Her sister doesn't work, but is having more children, and the person that does work needs to pay for those kids. Like, what?
Every single one of these stories, by the way, has involved
her problem.
Every one of these stories so far has involved a person who just thinks that they're entitled to someone else's time or money. And like, you're just like, unless you're willing to give that to them, you're not. Like, these people who just want and want and want, but never give at all suck. And each and every one of them should just be denied. They should be fucking starved. They should be fucking, just no. Like, this is like like people are always talking about entitlement, because people want something from their fucking government, from their tax dollars. But this is what real entitlement looks like. People who fucking exploit emotional relationships with family to just like get stuff they want and give nothing in return. And this is just a classic example. Almost always has to do with babies. Yeah, you know what it is? Because there's this idea in culture that like, oh, everyone should make sacrifices for the baby. Everyone should make sacrifices for the baby. No, they shouldn't. You want to fucking have a baby? You take care of the fucking thing. And if you can't, you shouldn't fucking have it. You're entitled to my money, TJ. That's true.
I mean, that
fair enough.
That entitlement is fine. Us being, entitled pessimists, totally okay.
Yeah, if you're this bitch ain't entitled to your money, I'm entitled to fucking money.
Let's take a look at our poll here. I don't think this one's even going to be close.
I mean, of course it's not. That's like, this is like, should I have to pay for my sister to keep having babies? No.
Yeah, this one that makes no sense. Like this, and it's like the whole family, because obviously the parents are gonna, because the other daughter has all the grandkids. No, she just needs to be an ATM to you, sweetie. Whatever, if the car payment, stroller.
Your sister needs more money. Give her more money.
Yeah, you do it then,
for the
Mom.
babies.
Hey, Mom, you love the baby so much? Cough up, pay out. If it's no big deal, then you do it. I love it too, because her entire fucking family is entitled. Not just even the fucking sister going, hey, literally to put pressure, put your entire social group, that you're closely connected to put that amount of pressure on you. Like, you just need to keep paying for this. Like, why should they? This is beyond emotional
my babies till the end of time. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, this story's the prologue to idiocracy. Yeah, serious fucking.
Amen.
Well, I know we got to go do the grease trap, so I guess we're out of time on this one,
All right,
guys.
so if you guys want more, join our Patreon. You can watch me and Scotty. We're gonna do a little live grease trap for
in fact, we got
here.
You know what? We can just go and take these. I got some other ones left, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and do some more on the grease trap. We got more Am I the Assholes coming up for you.
Yeah, we got this. Look at that. Giving our daughter her own room. If it's ever fucking loads. I'm gonna ask her for being sick and tired of hearing about babies and saying so. And we got this other one. I want to sign my rights away. Yeah, so we got some interesting ones coming up, guys.
All right. Well, see you guys on the other side of the paywall.
Bye.
Join that Patreon. There's no reason not to. And remember, the Tucker Gauntlet is happening.